My name is Idubo Emmanuel Enwine, and I am a physiologist, a cryptocurrency trader, a graphics and UI UX designer, a community manager, and a product manager. Well, I got to know about Daba back in 2018. I was going through my Twitter feed and I saw a post on a tweet by Chris Annie, and he was talking about cryptocurrency back then, and I just picked interest and followed him. So since then, I always go through his feed to catch up on all of his posts. And there was a particular day in 2018 when he put up the link there so people could go check out Daba, the courses on daba.school. So I clicked the link, saw some of the courses that I was interested in. I'd always looked for design courses, cryptocurrency courses, and I saw those courses there, and I decided to buy. That was when so far, I've purchased 5 courses on Daba, and I've purchased the cryptocurrency course. I've purchased the design and end course, the UI UX course, the income boosting course, and the WhatsApp monetization course. Yeah, 5 of them. Well, the courses, they benefited me in a lot of areas. I got them in 2018, and I went through them over the course of a year and 1 to 2 years. And since then, I have earned a lot from each of the courses, and I've earned simultaneously from all of them. I've earned from all of them. So financially, it's been of huge benefit, and also the skills too. It has really helped me. Well, the community is awesome. Like, in fact, that was one of the main reasons why I decided to go with the course, not just the teachers or because it was from Daba, because of that community. Before I got courses on Daba, I get courses and I don't follow through because there's no guide, there's nothing. If I'm confused, I just leave it where I stopped and just forget about it. But since I knew there was a community, I knew there would be other students like me to, guide me, and there would be a mentor there to answer all of the questions that I might have. So when I got the course, the community was a very, very major factor. My advice to unskilled youth would be to, first of all, you have to look for something that interests you, be it a field in design, in programming, in whatever it may be. You have to first find that skill, and then you have to get enough knowledge on it. There are 3 steps to getting good with this. You get the course, that's the first step. The second step is to actually go through the course, absorb it, to become a part of you, really know it. Don't just glance through and forget about it, then wait for a miracle to happen. You have to get the course, then go through it, understand it, and then the third step is to implement it. If you do all of these 3 well and you stay consistent with it, you'll definitely be successful. You'll be happy you did.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Whoops. Okay. Can you hear me? I'm muted. I'm unmuted. Can you hear me? Oh, okay. You guys can hear me. All right. So, yes, you can hear me. Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to Money Code Conference themed Financial Dominion. Now, I can actually see that. I mean, this hype, this number of people that are on this group, because I'm watching right here. I'm also seeing it from my end, and the number of response I am getting, it is amazing. So let us not stop this hype. Let's go on our social media pages to invite our friends, families to join on this link. This is just amazing. Like, it feels like a testimony. People are coming on here to say, I can see Faith Adeleke saying, I'm very sure something will shift in my mind in this conference. I mean, God bless the speakers for me, and thank God for this privilege. Of course, something will shift in you today. Something was to shift. Something was to shift. Hero Prince saying great things to be learned this night. Of course, because we have amazing speakers lined up for you guys. So, just sit back, take your pen, and, because I have mine. So take it, and then let's just start. So let's just keep waiting for more people to come in. All right, let's just keep waiting for more people to come in. Please share the link. All right, and also if you're posting on your social media platform, use the hashtag Financial Dominion or Money Code Conference. Okay, and this is day 1. So let me officially welcome you to the Money Code Conference themed Financial Dominion. And as you know, this is brought to you by Daba, and we keep changing lives every time and also helping people gain financial freedom. Okay, and to top it all, Daba is 4 years, and that's why we're giving this conference to everyone for free. Daba is 4 years, and that's why we have these conference to also celebrate our 4 years in this space, this financial space, this tech space, this edutech space, of course. Yes. And of course, if I said 4 years, it's from 2019. So we've been changing lives. And I must still say that I love the comments. I love the comments on YouTube. It is amazing. It's so amazing, really. I love it. So, anyways, let's just go into it. I don't think I've introduced myself. My name is Ejiro Kerewi, aka EJ. So we're going with EJ today, and I am your host for today. For this event, I'm going to be your host. I want to use this medium to welcome everyone and also thank you all for taking your time to be with us today. I know it's not easy with all the busy schedule, but you're here today, and let's go for a quick break and wait for more people to come in. Just so I know you're anticipated. I can see that you're anticipated. So let's go for a break, and we'll be right back. I suppose. Let's just do that. We'll be right back. Just stay tuned. Don't forget to share the links. All right.
Too volatile, but they forget the volatility can make you rich. People keep asking how they can make money with cryptos and the whole NFT and metaverse thing. But the truth is that if you don't get proper education and guide, you continue to.
My name is Idubo Emmanuel Enwine, and I am a physiologist, a cryptocurrency trader, a graphics and UI UX designer, a community manager, and a product manager. Well, I got to know about Daba back in 2018. I was going through my Twitter feed and I saw a post on a tweet by Chris Annie, and he was talking about cryptocurrency back then, and I just picked interest and followed him. So since then, I always go through his feed to catch up on all of his posts. And there was a particular day in 2018 when he put up the link there so people could go check out Daba, the courses on Daba.school. So I clicked the link, saw some of the courses that I was interested in. I always looked for design courses, cryptocurrency courses, and I saw those courses there, and I decided to buy. That was when So far, I've purchased 5 courses on Daba, and I've purchased the cryptocurrency course, I've purchased the design and end course, the UI UX course, the income boosting course, and the WhatsApp monetization course. 5 of them. Well, the courses, they benefited me in a lot of areas. I got them in 2018, and I went through them over the course of a 1 to 2 years. And since then, I have earned a lot from each of the courses, and I've earned simultaneously from all of them. I've earned from all of them. So financially, it's been of huge benefit, and also the skills too. It has really helped me. Well, the community is awesome. In fact, that was one of the main reasons why I decided to go with the course. Not just the teachers or because it was from Daba, because of that community. Before I got courses on Daba, I get courses and I don't follow through because there's no guide, there's nothing. If I'm confused, I just leave it where I stopped and just forget about it. But since I knew there was a community, I knew there would be other students like me to, guide me, and there would be a mentor there to answer all of the questions that I might have. So when I got the course, the community was a very, very major factor. My advice to unskilled youth would be to, first of all, you have to look for something that interests you, be it a field in design, in programming, in whatever it may be. You have to first find that skill, and then you have to get enough knowledge on it. There are 3 steps to getting good with this. You get the course, that's the first step. The second step is to actually go through the course, absorb it, to become a part of you, really know it. Don't just glance through and forget about it, then wait for a miracle to happen. You have to get the course, then go through it, understand it, and then the third step is to implement it. If you do all of these three well and you stay consistent with it, you'll definitely be successful. You'll be happy you did. My name is Idubo Emmanuel Enwine, and I am a physiologist, a cryptocurrency trader, a graphics and UI UX designer, a community manager, and a product manager. Well, I got to know about Daba back in 2018. I was going through my Twitter feed and I saw a post on a tweet by Chris Annie, and he was talking about cryptocurrency back then, and I just picked interest and followed him. So since then, I always go through his feed to catch up on all of his posts. And there was a particular day in 2018 when he put up the link there so people could go check out Daba, the courses on Daba.school. So I clicked the link, saw some of the courses that I was interested in. I'd always looked for design courses, cryptocurrency courses, and I saw those courses there and I decided to buy. That was when So far, I've purchased 5 courses on Daba, and I've purchased the cryptocurrency course, I've purchased the design and end course, the UI UX course, the income boosting course, and the WhatsApp monetization course. 5 of them. Well, the courses, they've benefited me in a lot of areas. I got them in 2018 and I went through them over the course of a 1 to 2 years. And since then, I have earned a lot from each of the courses, and I've earned simultaneously from all of them. I've earned from all of them. So financially, it's been of huge benefit, and also the skills too. It has really helped me. Well, the community is awesome. In fact, that was one of the main reasons why I decided to go with the course. Not just the teachers or because it was from Daba, because of that community. Before I got courses on Daba, I get courses and I don't follow through because there's no guide, there's nothing. If I'm confused, I just leave it where I stopped and just forget about it. But since I knew there was a community, I knew there would be other students like me to, guide me, and there would be a mentor there to answer all of the questions that I might have. So when I got the course, the community was a very, very major factor. My advice to unskilled youth would be to, first of all, you have to look for something that interests you, be it a field in design, in programming, in whatever it may be. You have to first find that skill, and then you have to get enough knowledge on it. There are 3 steps to getting good with this. You get the course, that's the first step. The second step is to actually go through the course, absorb it, to become a part of you, really know it. Don't just glance through and forget about it and wait for a miracle to happen. You have to get the course, then go through it, understand it, and then the third step is to implement it. If you do all of these 3 well and you stay consistent with it, you'll definitely be successful. You'll be happy you did.
Hello everyone, my name is Dennis Nzimora, and I'm a Daba student. I'm so excited to invite you to the Money Code conference happening from May 12th to 14th of this year, 2023. This event is all about empowering you to take control and take charge of your finances with the team Financial Dominion. You'll hear from some of the best minds in finances, get access to practical workshops, and connect with a community of like-minded individuals at this program. This is a program you don't want to miss out, because it's an opportunity for you to learn, for you to grow, and for you to empower your financial future. Join me at the Money Code Conference and let's discover the power of financial dominion together. To attend this event, you need to register for the Money Code Conference on the Daba app or on the Daba website. I want you to register, and I want to see you there because I will be there. Share with them.
Hello, my name is Olusola and I'm a Daba student. I'm excited to invite you to the Money Code Conference, which is scheduled to take place from May 12 to 14, 2023. This is all about empowering you to take control of your finances with the theme Financial Dominion. You'll hear from the best minds in finance, get access to practical workshops and connect with a community of like-minded individuals. Guess what? You won't want to miss this out on this opportunity to learn, grow, and empower your financial future. Join me at the Money Code Conference and let's discover the power of financial dominion. You can register on the Daba website. Guess what? My 2 years of being a Daba student is the best financial decision I took in my life. And I'm sure you too will give this testimony like me one day. See you there, guys.
Hi, my name is Didi. I'm a graduate of the Lagos State University and I'm a cryptocurrency trader. And this is my Daba success story. The courses I have taken on Daba are the Trade and Make Money course, the WhatsApp monetization course, and the affiliate marketing course. From the Trade and Make Money course I bought on Daba, I've been able to learn how to analyze the crypto market correctly. I've been giving myself signals. I get signals from Daba signal room that has given me money. And in the year 2020, I was able to buy my first land after I joined Daba. And I've made money from this Trade and Make Money course also that got me through my university days, even till now, has been giving me ways, giving me money that I use in supporting my family, support my dad, my mom, everyone, and everything in my life. The Trade and Make Money course is a course that will give you the skill for you to succeed in the cryptocurrency market and also make you a profitable trader. From the WhatsApp monetization course, I was able to learn how to package my P2P business, how to interact with customers, how to brand it, to make it something people would want to trade with me, give me their products, believe in me, trust me with their money and all. I was able to learn all that. Since I joined Daba, I've been able to build up self-confidence in myself. I don't give up easily again. And I have been able to learn how to manage my money properly. And of course, it has given me financial freedom, network with people that gives me trade from their community. And yeah, Daba has given me financial freedom. Apart from being a student of Daba, I also make money from being an affiliate marketer with Daba. If you're a student, a corper, an undergraduate, lecturers, civil servants, or whoever you are, and you want to make money online, just go to www.daba.school and get started.
Okay. That was a good one. You see, Daba has been changing lives, bringing people into a financial state of freedom. Anyway, so I think we don't have so much time, but because we have a lot to actually talk about, and our guests are here to discuss a lot. You know that this is they are here to teach us financial dominion. You're here to hear from experts on how you can be financially free. They'll be exploiting the secret tactics and also trends that will help you dominate the financial space. And as we're about to present the first speaker, I would like you to also share this link to your friends and family, post on your pages with the hashtag financial dominion and also Money Code Conference. Also do well to follow Daba School on all our social media platform. That's daba.school, and also get your books and pen. So I can see comments and I love it. As I've been saying, I love the comments. I see one here saying, Isaac, we die here, Isaac. Several comments also welcoming me. Thank you so much. Just stay tuned. Really, it's going to be amazing. So with no further ado, no further taking of time, let me present to you our first speaker, who is the co-founder and CEO at Vesti, where he's building legal and financial technology software that simplifies the journey and transition of immigrants from 131 countries to North America and Europe for education and work. That's amazing, right? He's also a two-time founder. He moved to the US to build a software talent market space for AI talent, and he saw firsthand the hardship immigrants face migrating to a new country and the lack of financial inclusion for migrants. And he's here today to discuss how to make optimal use of AI in this age and time. You guys know that AI is trending and it's everywhere, and some people are even saying it's about to take your jobs. So yes, he's talking on positioning yourself for the AI revolution. And I am talking about Olusola Amusan. Amusan, I hope I got that correctly. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Hi, how are
Good
you
evening.
doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. Congratulations on the conference. I see it's been like going on and a lot of people are learning and
Yes, it's
with Daba
amazing.
school and stuff like that. Yeah,
Yes, and I would also thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you so much for wanting to enlighten us on all of these things. We really do appreciate you.
a pleasure.
So, let's just give the floor to you since I've been speaking too much. Let's give the floor to you.
Awesome. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Nice to connect with you here today and to be speaking at this Money Code conference that is centered on financial dominion. I think it's an opportunity, just a privilege to be able to share with you guys. Let me see in the comments how you guys finding the conference so far. I hope you are learning and enjoying and fellowshipping with knowledge. So it's exciting to be here to talk about artificial intelligence and the AI revolution and what it is doing to transform, every other thing around it. Seems like everything AI touches, it turns to gold. I don't know how many of you watched the Google CEO Sundar Pichai at the just recently concluded Google I/O. On opening day, he started talking about artificial intelligence, and it's was rumored that the company grew by about $54 billion in market share. It's around 4.9% increase on that day, that jump on the market. And he had mentioned artificial intelligence about 131 times throughout the entire conference that day, and that if you divide it, the mention of AI added about 380 something $million to their market cap each time it was mentioned. So it's interesting because artificial intelligence seems to sort of impact everything that it touches. And as an AI evangelist, I spent the last decade educating people about cutting edge technology, and the most recent part of the last 5 years specifically on artificial intelligence through one of the companies I co-founded called Coven Labs. So the over 300 of us that are in the room today, your interest will be diversified. I heard somebody giving a testimony about Daba School helping them to get knowledge on cryptocurrency and markets and the stock market and all of that. Excellent. You might be interested in core financial services. Another person might be interested in virtual reality, or gaming or the metaverse. So what I've seen myself do in the last 5 years is to stay at the cutting edge of innovation. And today, because I apply artificial intelligence in financial technology, for all things like fraud prevention, sales prediction, and everything from customer service success, to actual deep learning and generative adversarial networks. And before I sound too gibberish, and talking about all these terms, I'm not quite sure if it's everybody on this conference today who has a clear understanding of what artificial intelligence even is. So in simple terms, for those who are not super familiar, at least you've heard about ChatGPT. It went so mainstream, and you saw like how the chatbot, or the chat interface answers your questions and generates, content for you. Artificial intelligence is the attempt of computer scientists to imitate human intelligence and maybe surpass it. So the whole concept of artificial intelligence is to essentially allow a computer to mimic human intelligence. So everything humans can do, listen to speech, comprehend it, provide responses, and all of that. Now, from time immemorial, humans have been responsible for creating things. We are so ingenuine, our species transformed everything. Our planet has been, alive for, I don't know, maybe 6 billion years. And in all those time, it is basically the last 15 minutes. If you think about 6 billion years on the scale of a day, 24 hours in a day, it is basically at 11:45 p.m. that our species came on the scene. So we've only been around for a few million years, our species. And in that time that we've existed, we've created so much impact on that space that we exist in. So we invented everything from merchant banking to electricity to transportation to blockchain, cryptocurrency, the computers, internet. We're good with creating stuff. We're good with imagining and building stuff. We're good at interpreting our environment and basically creating solutions from that. We're really good at that. So artificial intelligence basically is an attempt of computers, which is one of our creations, to essentially mimic human intelligence. So that said, then I'll go a little deeper, hoping that those who join this particular session are those who like to learn more about what my thoughts are around how artificial intelligence can help us to attain financial dominion. I just finished an interview just a couple of moments ago. And the interviewer was asking me about what I thought about how artificial intelligence is going to impact our world and whether or not it's going to take our jobs, and whether it's going to be the end of our species. And if you've seen my book, A to Z of AI Consulting, I have on the cover page a combination of my face and that of a robot. And my message, basically with that cover page is to be able to tell folks or sort of inspire folks that, hey, look, the advent of artificial intelligence is not essentially here to erase our species. What I think is that artificial intelligence has come to heighten our human intelligence, combined with it to help us to be a lot more productive, to be a million times more effective and efficient with what we do, to focus on actual things that matter. To leave every other thing that maybe we do for work today to be automated by machines so that we can focus on our humanity and do more interesting things. So essentially, what am I saying in essence? I'm saying that I'm on that side of that divide because there are two sides, there are two zones you can be with artificial intelligence. You can either be on the zone of, I'm afraid of this is going to kill us all, or you can be on the zone of, hey, I think that this is going to change everything for me. What are those things you do today that are so mundane, repetitive tasks? Artificial intelligence is here to take them away. Why do you have to do them again? Like if I'm coming to this conference to speak about artificial intelligence for financial dominance, and I can actually make an avatar of myself presenting live at this session, I would rather do that. I'd rather do that and maybe go on to do something else with my time. So essentially, or I can say I choose to have that human interaction with everybody here, and I want to feel the natural, experience with the people that are here. But I should be able to choose to say everything that is repetitive or that I have to do over and over again. For example, granting interviews at my current organization is something I'm considering. Is there a way I can provide some form of intelligence that can answer these interview questions for me so that I don't have to do it by myself? And so that I can do other things that I love, like going to play golf or just doing other things, So I'm on that side, that LD side that says artificial intelligence is actually here to stay and it will help us to make our lives better. And today on this call, I'm going to share perhaps a few tools that I strongly feel that could help folks that are interested in advancing their knowledge of artificial intelligence or maybe even directly applying artificial intelligence to the line of work that they are trying to do. But before we get to that, how did my interest in artificial intelligence impact my work or even take me to this very point? Artificial intelligence is something I've been personally passionate about, but it's not always been like that. So I studied computer science in the university, and my first experience of anything remotely close to artificial intelligence will be a course called Expert Systems. So expert systems essentially is a field of computing that seeks to transfer the knowledge of an expert. So think about like a professor of, let's say, physics that is going to be dying, and then you can transfer the knowledge of that professor onto a computer, and then that computer can continue to provide information to people. So essentially, that's how I started getting interested in artificial intelligence. Then when I joined Microsoft a couple of years after, I found that their cloud services, Azure, provided a very strong platform for machine learning, which is a field of artificial intelligence. And I stumbled on a research that there's going to be a need for more than 1.5 million data scientists in the United States over the next couple of years. And as somebody who studies prescience and also studies trends and being a futurist in my own right, I essentially thought, if these guys are going to need data scientists within the next couple of years, why don't I set up a program that actually trains data scientists? And that's how we started Coven Labs, to focus on teaching people Python and R, which are two strong languages that you need to be a data scientist. But why does the United States need 1.5 million data scientists by the year 2021? Because I stumbled on this research in 2017, 2018. It is because they are building something phenomenal and they want to win the AI race. Now, as you can see, with OpenAI creating ChatGPT, for those of you that are not familiar with it, it's one of the most powerful chatbots in the world. And clearly you can see that is demonstrated by Microsoft's recent investment of $10 billion into the OpenAI, which is basically the company that owns ChatGPT. So today, GPT-3, which basically blew the world apart with more than 100 million users, I guess, daily active users, that totally changed everything for everybody. And now GPT-4 became a platform that, can now provide and create multi-dimensional code that can essentially, do phenomenal things than just generating poems and articles, to be able to write code, explain why, do data visualization. But just dress it back a little. America was preparing 4 years prior for that particular revolution so they can dust every other country and show them that they're the boss, right? Now, how can we as Africans position ourselves for this AI revolution? There are a couple of ideas that I have. One of it is you need to be grounded in the knowledge of artificial intelligence. And if you were around in a hall now, I would say, can you echo that for me? You have to be grounded in the knowledge of artificial intelligence. And it doesn't matter whether or not you studied computer science in college or whether you are a professional in that field. It just means you need to know enough. It's called being generally special and being specially general. Know a little of everything and one thing, a little of everything and everything about something. So you're specially general and you're generally special. So as far as artificial intelligence is concerned, I would want to take a course, a simple course on artificial intelligence for everyone, something that breaks it down, that makes it super simple to understand, right? I made a course like that and I'll be doing a relaunch of it later this month called Artificial Intelligence Consulting, how to explain AI to an 8-year-old. Another course I find very, very interesting, is a course that was created by Andrew Ning a couple of years ago, which is called AI for Everyone. Andrew Ning is spelled Andrew Ning. And basically this guy is on Coursera and is the co-founder of Coursera, created this course AI for Everyone that can help you get a general grasp of what artificial intelligence is. For some people, it might be a little technical, but there are parts of it that will at least give you an idea of how this is working. What's the relevance of data when you're trying to understand artificial intelligence? Because there is no artificial intelligence without data. If we don't have data, we can't train machines. If machines do not have enough data points, we can't do what we need to do. Of course, there are lots of conversations today about creating models that require very little data versus creating models that require very, very high amount of data to be able to function successfully. So friends, first thing is be grounded in the knowledge of artificial intelligence. Number two is determine how you want to use artificial intelligence to impact your business. So this is it. In my book, A to Z of AI Consulting, one of the things I opened the book with is to be able to explain to folks that people don't care much about artificial intelligence as much as they care about what artificial intelligence can do for them. So I drew two circles. These two circles are separate. When you overlap them with each other, the intersection point of circle A and circle B is basically what artificial intelligence can do for you. So people don't care much about what artificial intelligence can do, as much as they care about what artificial intelligence can do for them. All right. So these AI, this is their business. And when you intersect it together, is really what AI can do for me. So you need to ask yourself, what are those things that I do today that are repetitive? Do I write articles? Do I have to write emails? Do I have to compose announcements? Do I have to write sales copies? Do I have to review data points? Do I have to, what exactly am I trying to do today? Maybe you are somebody that has to look at records and sales, and you want to be able to use artificial intelligence to make inferences. The beautiful thing is today, artificial intelligence itself is being built into many mainstream products. So there are tools that are core AI tools, and they're actual productivity tools that you use day by day that are now carrying artificial intelligence. So Microsoft PowerPoint has a feature called Design Ideas. Design Ideas basically comes up with different design ideas, as the name implies, for you. Now, using generative adversarial networks, Microsoft is improving design ideas to not only come up with a set of finite designs, but to be able to create unique designs for you. During Google I/O, for example, Google was explaining that Google Photos will now allow you to be able to use text to generate images that you can use as your wallpaper on your Pixel phone that do not belong to any other person, meaning that artificial intelligence is going to generate a picture that essentially belongs to you, which is why the whole concept of NFT was singularly affected very strongly with this kind of generative adversarial networks. So in the past, artists would draw and take their time, and then now you use Adobe Illustrator to draw, and even as an artist, Adobe Illustrator drawings can still be considered the original work. Now, the higher level of that is to use artificial intelligence to generate an artwork just by virtue of typing a few texts. Now, who should get the rights? You or the artificial intelligence? Now, I leave that to a symposium discussion. So essentially, you must think about being grounded, number one. Number two, thinking about how AI can affect your business. And there are certain tools today that totally are game changers for a lot of us who are early adopters. If you use ChatGPT, I make announcements a lot on LinkedIn. And I usually basically compose my announcements using ChatGPT. I just make a few differences. If you want to really make it genuine and original, you want to do it, generate it 2 or 3 more times, add your own flavor, ask it to write like you, ask it to add a few words, give it some nuances, like make it compassionate, make it, funky, make it nice, make it, goofy. You can put all of that and it's going to make all of those changes for you, right? Notion.ai is also a really important tool that a lot of people use to be able to make stuff happen. I can generate sales training. Let me give you an example of what I did. I wanted to make sure that my sales team are up to speed, and I don't want to hire an entire learning organization. So I went into Notion and I just said, hey, Notion, can you create for me a sales training for my team, and had the YouTube links to it. And basically went across YouTube, identified the content that is even more powerful than GPT, and gave me the links to all of the YouTube content and pulled them into Notion, and I can simply copy that page and give it to my team. So think about, what is it that you do today? Data analysis that you do with Excel. You can carry that entire Excel sheet, upload it into GPT-4, and basically it would analyze all of the data in it, give you insight onto what you can do, and you can ask natural questions just like that. There is Synthesia, Synthesia.ai. Synthesia, just like Pictory. Pictory is Pictory. Pictory. Synthesia is Synthesia, just like synthesis. Synthesia. Synthesia basically helps you to be able to create videos, hyper-realistic videos with models, AI models that can basically help you to build a course, to build a program for your employees, or to even represent you in an event. So I am working on creating my avatar on Synthesia so that I can ask GPT to basically generate a speech for me at an event, and my avatar can stand in front of the sessions and basically do the sessions for me. And very soon, other tools that exist will be able to translate that in one-on-one parity into Japanese, French, Swahili, and any of the other languages out there. Can't you imagine that kind of world where everything we want to do is just like imaginably possible at the tip of our fingers? And things like drug discovery, predicting a pandemic, and all of those kind of things would be a lot easier, you know. So it's super interesting, scary for some people, but yes, we need a few scared people to be able to maintain the balance of the guardrails, ethics of how we operate with artificial intelligence. Because of our time, the next one will be identify what artificial intelligence tools you can offer for sale to others. Now, this is where it gets interesting because it's directly connected to financial dominance. A lot of organizations today want to see the value artificial intelligence brings to their work. And they just need one diligent person who can make inferences and package it into seminars, workshops, training programs, mini courses that can explain and bring the magnificence of artificial intelligence into simple realities that everybody can understand regardless of their work. What does this mean? It means there's an infinite amount of departments, dimensions that you can describe and sell artificial intelligence to. You can essentially create a program and say AI for fashion, AI for crypto traders, AI for blockchain analysis, AI for bakers, AI for bankers and accountants, AI for management consultants, AI for, just imagine the dimensions are infinite. So in determining what products and services you can sell education, you can sell conversational AI, which is basically a set of tools that people need to customize to their own place of work today. So as beautiful and as grand as ChatGPT is, a lot of people want to integrate GPT technology, which is the underlying technology of ChatGPT, into their own domain-specific work. So you know about Leo by UBA, you know about Sam by Stanbic IBTC. Now, many of these chatbots are not necessarily built on natural language models or large language models like ChatGPT. Many of them are limited by the set of rules that have been described for those first generation chatbots. So essentially, people are looking for ways to carry the hyper influential, hyper intelligent ChatGPT or GPT technology as it is. They want to be able to put that and customize it to a unique scenario. So a bank really wants Leo to be as intelligent as ChatGPT, but focused only on what UBA has to offer. Another bank basically wants Sam to be as intelligent as ChatGPT, but basically focused on what Stanbic IBTC offers. So a law court, let's say the Nigerian Judicial Council, would love it if people have an avenue to provide suggestions to the judiciary and being able to undo millions of those inquiries around the same time. Maybe Nigerian government is going to need artificial intelligence to be deployed in the next census. So you have to begin to think about what those offerings could be for private sector, for public sector, and for civil society. For some of you on this call, your entrepreneurial flame could be, fanned the more and sort of like helped to grow by realizing that whatever it is that you're working on right now, finding an artificial intelligence dimension to that one thing could change everything for you. As a matter of fact, we have a joke now where, quite frankly, if you we have a joke now. Some of you are distracting me in the comments because that's sort of funny. You need to think about the dimensions you can apply artificial intelligence to governance, to civil society. And okay, yeah, we have a joke. Yeah, I remember now. We have a joke where we talk about the fact that if you want to raise money now, especially with the AI boom, all you just need to do is to say, I use AI for X, Y, Z. I use AI for X, Y, Z. There are a couple of you just talking in the chat comments. I will try to see if I can digress. I see somebody saying AI for judiciary, they won't allow such. So the kind of people I care about are those who are visionary enough to accept that impossibility is nothing. I personally detest it when people say things like something is impossible or somebody won't allow something, especially if you have not attempted, to do it before. So actually, there are courts today, both federal high courts, state courts, local government courts, that if you provide things that will make their life better, they will be more than happy to accept it. So always think about like what the opportunities are and begin to push yourself in that direction. So I started talking to entrepreneurs before I got distracted. Entrepreneurs on this call who feel like, what is the next thing I should be doing? What should I be doing? Where should I be? I will tell you, be on the bleeding edge of innovation. Be on the bleeding edge of innovation. Right now, artificial intelligence is making waves, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be like that for the longest time. Truly, the internet hasn't gone anywhere, but the internet isn't as, oh, the internet. You don't express shock when you hear about the internet. Social media isn't going nowhere, but you don't express shock when somebody says Instagram or TikTok. No. But when you hear about new tools in artificial intelligence, you're like, wow. Why? Because this is the season for it. So what do I mean in essence is this. For whatever work that you are doing, for whatever business you're trying to build, consider how artificial intelligence can drive better results for it. And for those of you who are young, if you are under 20 here, I challenge you. Don't just think about what artificial intelligence can do to impact your line of work. Actually, seek to be a practitioner. What do I mean by this? Seek to be a practitioner. Think about what you can do, all right? Think about what you can do as a person to be a practitioner. What I mean by this, consider learning a programming language. Python, Golang, any of these languages that drive artificial intelligence today, you need to go and learn. You have no excuse. You're young, you're viral, you need to go on to learn these things. So that the next 5 years, before you are 25, you're a practitioner who is super valuable. So valuable. Someone with so much depth in the scheme that you can essentially save us. When I mean save us, I mean make Africa not lose out in this current revolution. So that in 3 to 4 years, they can say a new language model has just emerged from Ahmadu Bello University or from University of Lagos or from anywhere else that you are. As someone under 20, you're probably still in college. You know, that new language model was developed by a student who has been practicing and working on this and that. So I would encourage you, definitely beyond thinking about the money, think about embracing the value of being a creator within the field. Thinking about what is the next level. There are levels of accuracy that have still not been achieved, many of which require a lot of computing power and just the genius of a few. So you want to think about what you can do to be at that point to be able to do that. But trust me, I have used artificial intelligence as an AI consultant to be able to get a lot of value from my customers, from my clients, and eventually even from people that I'm serving through my current venture. So this AI revolution has come to stay. Change your mindset. Allow yourself to accept the fact that the same way we didn't have the title social media manager 15 years ago, now it's a thing. Content creators, many titles. There were no data scientists, particularly. They were just called computer scientists. Over a decade ago, they were just called computer scientists. Some of them did computer science focused on data analysis, computer science with options in data science. They just simply used C++ to analyze data. They didn't call themselves data scientists. After a couple of years, that field began to emerge. Now, I read a Forbes article 3 years ago that there will not be data scientists by the year 2030. That data science has only 10 years more. Why? Because artificial intelligence is now taking the role of data scientist. So if artificial intelligence can take the role of data scientist, then you can think about it. If you are a personal assistant or an office manager or anything like that, think about how much of your skill set. So I don't see artificial intelligence taking out entire jobs. I see it gradually impacting the task that entire jobs have to do, such as, imagine if you are a personal assistant, and ideally what you would do is that you would go on and, pick up, the schedule of your manager, and of the person that your personal assistant to, and basically begin to organize. Today, people will use artificial intelligence to do that. Before, you used to have secretaries who would take notes. Now you have Firefly's AI and some of the other note takers that can take notes in meetings. So entire tasks are being removed. And then what now happens is that the people who hired people to do those jobs in the past, to do those roles, will begin to rethink about the value of that particular person. Should I still continue to pay this person? Does it make sense at all? And so on and so forth. So entire skills will be eliminated. Entire, tasks will be eliminated because of artificial intelligence. So now you have to begin to think about, what are those other things that I can begin to do? What are those other things that I can begin to create? What are those other things that I can begin to express? What new job titles are going to exist? So when ChatGPT came on board, for instance, we had a new, role that sort of came onto play. People now are asking, how do I know the right questions to ask ChatGPT? These questions are usually called prompts. How do I know the right prompts? And then a new role title came out called prompt engineering. I imagine that. Prompt engineering. So right next couple of years, who knows? Who knows exactly? I know there's going to be a lot of roles in ethics and governance of artificial intelligence. So if you have someone who works on the sidelines of governance, ethics, policy making, you have a huge role to play. And you can think about the intersection of policy and artificial intelligence so that you can be very useful. Governments are going to need you to draft policies. They're going to need to enforce policies. They're going to need folks who can, question, private sector. So there is a lot of knowledge that needs to be gathered around this field. Just like the internet came and created millions of jobs and wiped out several millions as well, artificial intelligence is here to create, many, many jobs, many, many dimensions, but also eliminating quite a lot of dimensions as well. So begin to think about what are those new areas. What about bias management? There's a lot of questions around bias in artificial intelligence. What kind of data are we training the artificial intelligence with? And if we can think about the kind of data, is this data, biased, or is this data a true reflection of what it should be? Because if we feed in bad data to artificial intelligence, or if we train it on the wrong ideas, like training up a child, then we can bring ourselves into, greater dilemmas in the future. I would recommend this Netflix show for you guys to watch called Coded Bias. Coded Bias basically is a brainchild of a certain researcher in MIT, an African, young African girl who basically decided that she was going to take on Microsoft and IBM, a lady actually, who said she was going to take up Microsoft and IBM and other big techs on how they are training their artificial intelligence models with data sets that are essentially biased, meaning that they do not value, black skin color, and those image sets do not have a lot of black people in them, making the models very, very biased to white people, and she started challenging it. So bias management will be another thing. These are titles that you may not have heard about, but over the next couple of years, you will start seeing them emerging. So if you're somebody thinking of choosing a field to work on, begin to think about artificial intelligence in financial technology, artificial intelligence in education. Begin to think about different, if you're thinking of thesis to write, if you're thinking of papers to write, if you're thinking of areas of research, artificial intelligence for the judiciary. Somebody should actually take up that, and say, okay, I want to research on artificial intelligence judiciary. What are the barriers to adoption of artificial intelligence in the judiciary? That would be an interesting research point to actually take part to. And all of this can set you up for life, because you can decide, maybe you went on to listen to me and learn programming and learn Python, and 3-4 years down the line, you've created this tool that can do X, Y, Z, and you've patented it. It could change your life, lift your entire family and entire generation, to another new level. So it's interesting. It's just like something I'm super excited about, and I'd encourage you guys to go check it out. Check out the Coded Bias film, and just sort of get a sense of what's going on. If you watch The Social Dilemma as well, even though it talks more about the fears around social media and social networks, you will still see the value of how corporates are using data, to create new products, to solve people's problems, but how there are concerns that some of these data points are significantly over monetized, and in many ways the humans who use many of these social media networks are actually the products versus the product, the platform itself being the product. So it's important to be so diversified. I was at a conference last week as well on artificial intelligence, or 2 weeks ago, and I was telling them the importance of spending your time going through papers and articles around artificial intelligence. There are platforms like Fast Company, platforms like Forbes, platforms like Gartner, platforms like McKinsey and Company. All of these guys have done reports on artificial intelligence that can give you in-depth knowledge. As you fellowship with knowledge and spend time with these things, it changes how you talk about these things. You're not just there talking about how AI is going to take everybody's jobs. No, you have in-depth knowledge about exactly what we're talking about and how you can begin to implement it. And this can form basis for small talk in major events. And they're like, oh, wow, this guy is really knowledgeable. That's where you want to be because that's really what gives you the pathway. Now, anybody here who is into crypto or into, into investment and all of that, there are tools today that are analyzing data differently that I think that you might want to find out, just spend time researching and finding out how some of these things can be. Unfortunately, so I was doing a master's in artificial intelligence, and in one of my classes, um, one of the guys was talking about building a model that can just predict what the next stock is going to be, the next big stock, and all of that. Now, if those kind of tools are made commercial, then what would be the essence of the market? Good enough. It is human behavior that changes like what the market is going to look like. Basic things like what's happening in the news, what's happening here and there can really help you. So what I would do if I were you, as somebody who maybe trades in crypto or trades in stock and thinking about artificial intelligence would impact you, because I'm sure this is something you really want to hear, is the fact that you can use artificial intelligence to aid your decision-making process. It might not be able to tell you exactly which stock, because that would be essentially gambling, which stock exactly is going to do this or do that. But you can use artificial intelligence to filter out all of the news and provide inferences. For instance, if there has been bad sentiment in the media about a certain brand, there is a chance that it's not a good idea to go in. If you're somebody who likes to buy low and you think that these guys always have periodic movements in like news and sentiments, like Tesla, for example, a lot of it moves around Elon Musk behavior, and you're able to analyze with an analyzing tool that can give you inferences. You're able to tell whether you should buy low at that time. And if high sentiment about something that is coming, maybe an announcement about some type of battery that's going to come out in Q4 of 2023, can enable you to know that that announcement, filtered news, can essentially help you to know what decision to make right now. So I wouldn't say put all your body, this is not an investment advice, put all your mind or your body on like what an artificial intelligence told you and put all your life savings in it. That could be disastrous. But artificial intelligence can help you in thinking about what's going to happen to the S&P over the next 5 years, what's going to happen to NASDAQ, what's going to happen to this particular coin, and so on and so forth. So I thought that has been useful. I hope that this small time I've spent with you guys has really helped you to be able to think about how artificial intelligence is going to transform things. I have 26 ideas inside my book A to Z of AI consulting. It's on Amazon. It's also on my main stack store if you want a digital version. If you want the physical version, you can order it on Amazon. If you also want a physical version, you can also order it via my email. And when it's in Nigeria, somebody is going to deploy it to you or tell you what it costs to ship it to you. But basically, if you want to get it real quickly, go on Amazon or go on Mainstack and download the electronic version. On Amazon, you can buy the hard copy as well. And essentially, this book will give you 26 things I couldn't talk about on this session about how artificial intelligence will affect multiple fields of human endeavor. I hope you guys like it. I will now go on to take some questions, and I hope the organizers feel like I've been able to talk about positioning yourself for this AI revolution. Thank you guys, and it's been really nice talking to you. Do I have my host here? Can we take maybe a question? Hey,
Yes,
Chris,
I'm
good to see
here.
you.
Oh,
Good.
Chris is here.
Yeah. That was a powerful session. And I want to thank you first for honoring us at Daba. This is my first time hosting you. And in short, the night I decided I'm going to have you in our conference was, I think, last month. I was watching one of your videos you sent me on Instagram on the whole migration stuff. Anyway, guys, you guys don't actually know Olusola fully well. So I just brought the AI dimension of him. There's the migration part, there's the tech startup part. He lives in the US, okay? I've followed his work from the days of Microsoft. I just back then on social media there, and then him migrating to doing Coven Labs, and today, so he has many parts. He's actually someone you should learn from, okay? And I want the team to project the book or the website for the book or so you guys can have it. I have a picture of that book, okay? You guys should get on that stuff because it's super, super amazing. I know we'll take questions now. So if you guys have, so okay, yes. So it is, if you're in the stream yard, there's the link. He has posted the link, mainstack.store
olu. You get his book there. So let's just have that. I posted the website mainstack.store dot store slash olu. It's the A to Z of consulting, AI consulting. Okay, get that resource, guys. Get that resource, guys. We just started day one of and make sure you follow him also on follow him on Instagram. You see a lot of what he's doing with his startup. Okay, you can also send him an email at olusola@wevesty.com. So that's the website on the screen there. Visit mainstack.com/olu. Get the book A to Z of AI consulting. We'll be taking questions right now, and I think the best way for you guys to project your question is post your questions here on the comment section. The team will take it and project it. Okay. You can also post. So we're going to also post the link of this book. I'll post it on my Twitter page too. Okay. I'll post it on my Twitter page so you guys could also see it. Okay. I'll post it on my Twitter page so you guys will see it. I'll post it on my Twitter page so you guys will see it. So I think the picture of the book will soon be projected too for you guys to see. Okay, the picture of the book was. So I'm just communicating with the team now. So fine, let's get on questions. Let's get on questions. I'm sure you guys. And again, I want to ask you guys to, if you've learned something from what he has shared, okay, so that I will know that you guys too are following. Okay, go on Twitter. Okay, go on Twitter. Post some of the quotes from what you've learned from him. I've been following the stuff. I've had the and it was actually a funny one when I was seeing the AI for the judiciary. I hope they won't rig the AI in Nigeria if they use that one for election. Yeah. Okay. So let's put your questions on, put your quotes, okay, put what you've learned on Twitter, hashtag MCC 2023 slash also hashtag financial dominion. Okay, so we're going to take questions right away. Studio team, help us project questions because we'll not have people coming to speak. We'll just have them. Somebody say, I'm a laundryman. How can I use AI to reinvent my business? I know those kind of questions will come. Okay, so let's project questions. Let's project questions. Okay, boss, there's one on the screen now from the Selfless Strategic Trader. What's the difference between AI and a bot based on functionalities?
So artificial intelligence is the broad field. It's like when you say computer science, it's a broad field. All right. The entire field is called artificial intelligence, but interchangeably, people can call, a form of intelligence expression of artificial intelligence. They can call it an AI as well. So I can call Alexa an AI. I can say Google Assistant is an AI. So people use it interchangeably, colloquially like that. But the real field is artificial intelligence. It's like saying medicine. Medicine is a field, So a bot is basically like it's a fractional word from chat bot, right? So from the word robot, right? So robot. So basically a bot is just like is a tool in artificial intelligence, essentially that helps with, getting things done and all of that. So a chatbot helps you with like conversational, AI. There could be another type of bot that does other things. Like I have a robot in my house that cleans the carpets and goes around the house by itself. That is like a bot as well. So you can have you can think about like all of these things as like, just applications of artificial intelligence. So people can have a bot for trading, for example, that does the work for them. It could also be called a bot, things like that. So I hope that helps that person.
Well, that's interesting. Yes, I know the one people have bots for trading. Yes. Okay, so we have another question. I'm trying to get which one we're going to pick, but let's see. Please, what are some of the AI sites one can leverage? Okay, so somebody's asking. I think this is interesting. Somebody's asking, please, what are some of the AI sites one can leverage on? Because I only know about Chat GPT. Yes. What are some of the AI sites one can leverage on?
So I was trying to give a short list of some of them. There's one called Pictory. Usually I don't even bother to I look at what works for me. So there's Jasper.ai, there's Pictory, there's Synthesia, there's Notion.ai, there's, of course, there's ChatGPT, which is from OpenAI. So those five are like, there's also Fireflies.ai, there's Copy.ai helping you with writing copies and all of that. But if you want to see, just type top 10 AI tools on Google. And you'll
Perfect.
see.
Perfect.
But if you ask
Perfect.
me the ones that I use, because sometimes people are tired of like checking out tools that, maybe somebody just use search engine optimization to bring to the top and they're not sure which one. If you ask me, Shola, what do you use? I use Notion.ai, I use Synthesia. I don't use Fireflies personally, but a lot of people come into meetings with Fireflies with me, so I know a lot of people use Fireflies for note taking. There's Copy.ai, I use ChatGPT a lot, so, but there are other lists like Pictree, Jasper, Morph, it's Photo Editor, Flick, Lovo.ai, all of these guys, they're just so many. Fireflies, as I mentioned earlier, Tidio, there's Speechify, basically turning text into any form of natural sounding speech. It can take a PDF and turn it into speech. Reply.io, neural text, any words. There are just so many like that, so that you
Interesting.
can use. Yeah.
Interesting. Someone said someone's put what I'm seeing here. Someone said he used the AI to land the $2,000 email marketing stuff. Okay, so let's look for more question. Who is this one? I'm going to. So somebody is saying, is there a way to implement AI with CRM and CMS?
Well, basically, those are jargon for customer relations management and content management systems for those who are not familiar. So, yes, if you know about CRMs and CMSs, it really depends on what you want to do. It's not a full question, but
Okay.
yes, you can use an artificial intelligence tool to embellish or improve your CMS. You can connect an AI tool with your CRM to make sure that you can do things easily. For example, if you use Salesforce, for example, all of these guys are working on tools that can make sure. If you use Dynamics, for example, if you use Dynamics, you want to write an email back to the customer, you can basically use Google Docs to compose, the message. You can use Microsoft's AI to compose the message. Word Online, if you buy Office 365, now has Bing and Open and ChatGPT embedded inside it to give you automated replies. Google just announced as well that coming summer, you're going to be able to reply emails on Gmail without typing. You're just going to say, please reply this person, and to compose the reply, for you. So yes, you can use it in that CRM and CMSs, but for those of the people that might not understand our jargon and our acronyms, that's why I needed to break it down for them. But I hope your
Okay.
question was that.
I have another one here. I think this one is good. Somebody is saying something about how can I use AI to generate passive income? Maybe there's something you can use to just give us a broad this
Let
because
me
I know
let me
there are
let me
several
tell you,
applications with AI.
those kind of questions, they are like, see, let me break it down. The first thing to generate passive income is this brain.
True.
So if you have to break it down, you will now use AI tools to implement on the idea that the brain came.
Yes.
So that what that person is asking me is for me to think for them. So, do you get what I mean? Because, for example, that
Yes.
gentleman, that trader guy said he used $2,000 to generate, he got a copywriting job and it was AI that
Yes.
did the writing.
Yes.
So
Yes.
basically,
Yes.
he said I
Yes.
used AI copyright to land a 2K deal in a month on email marketing. So, first
Yes.
of all, he used his brain to know that people need email marketing. Then he went to
Yes.
the customer and said, I can do email marketing for you and I can do
Yes.
the writing for you. How much will it cost? He said 2,000. So he used his negotiation skills to then agree with the person on the 2,000. Maybe it was 3,500, he said before, the guy said 2,000. Then they paid him 2,000. Then he went to ChatGPT or any of the copywriting tools and he started generating. And I'm sure he didn't copy and paste. After generating, he would have still wanted to edit, put some context just to make it a lot easier for him.
I like
So
that.
quite,
I
so
like
quite
that.
frankly, generating passive income is possible. It's easy. It's not hard. Let me give you an example. It could be art that you just go to AI generated art and you go on to one of those websites like Jasper. You generate the art, you print it out, you frame it like the one behind me in this video. You frame it like this robot art that I have behind me. You frame it out and you sell the frame. For example, that's passive income. So it's limitless for me to think about all the different ideas of passive income that you can have. as far as this is concerned. So I
Interesting.
saw a question. I saw a really interesting question, but they took it away about how I can use AI for something. Let's because there's some questions that are showing on my own screen here too. I think that
Okay,
the
so
team
I'm seeing different ones. Maybe I could just read
how
out so many
can
ones
how
there.
can AI be useful in healthcare systems? So I saw someone else that asked as well that I'm a surgeon. How can I use AI? I'm going to recommend a book for you. It's called Deep
Nice.
Medicine. Deep. I like your team. Like they're super efficient. It's called Deep Medicine. That Deep Medicine book basically helped me a lot. I'm still looking for my copy of it, but if you can find it, Deep Medicine, it shows how artificial intelligence is going to transform medicine so that medicine can shift from actual medic so doctors can actually leave actual medicine like actual surgery and all of that and move on to care. And care is really the most important thing that we don't think AI can give for now. So doctors will be able to move from operations, move from all of those things to be able to move to care, actual care. So I think you should check out that book. I think that would be helpful. Same thing for the person who says to run my private nursing practice. If you have a private nursing practice, I have a sister that has a private, doctor's office, and you know, for our practice, she always needs to write like, copywriting for emails to our customers, for marketing, all those kind of things. Today, ChatGPT can help you to do that. There are deeper levels of it. There are surgeries now being done remotely and all of that. Prescription reminders. You can write programming for prescription reminders. There's a lot of things, but you will need an AI consultant talk to you on each of those things. So essentially, that's how it works. What can you say about Google Bard? I think Google and Microsoft were doing amazing, phenomenal AI stuff, and it was just OpenAI that had the guts to sort of like push it out to consumers. So I think Bard is really, really powerful, and I think you're going to see a lot of that after this summer. Yeah, school transformation. You can start from creating lesson notes, spending more time with understanding each student pathway. So there's something we call learning pathways for students. We realize that one teacher can't teach 40 students effectively. So there's something called customized curriculums now, where curriculums are being developed for each student in class. But that will be incredibly difficult for a teacher to do, isn't it? But for the AI will be able to actually help. The question is, are you able to make the kind of investment that is needed in that direction? Is there enough incentive to do that? And stuff like that. Can ERP systems such as SAP, Microsoft Dynamic Nav be classified as AI? So, as I told you earlier, what I found out is that artificial intelligence is being implemented by many of these mainstream companies. So, the mainstream companies are using AI essentially to help their tools become like matchless so that nobody's going to send them away. So, SAP, Microsoft Dynamic, all these guys, like they have like tools that they're embedding into it to make their work better. So, you can't really classify them as AI, but they're AI powered.
Interesting. I think we'll keep our questions for now, and because our time is, our next speaker is even waiting already. But first, I want you guys to on the comment section send a thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me know in the comment section. Put a thank you to Olusola Amusan. He has done an excellent job for us here. Let me see in the comment section. If you've enjoyed this session, if you've learned something from this session, put a thank you in the chat session. Put a thank you in the comment section. Put a thank you in the chat session. Yes, put it there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for this impact. Okay. Thank you for this impact. Thank you so much. And like I said, guys, follow him on Twitter. I follow him on Twitter. I tagged him on Twitter. If you follow me on Instagram, you see his page is very active, very, very active on these two platforms, especially on Instagram. Okay. There are other products of ease you can be part of, except for those of you who want to migrate to a tech founder, you're building anything in tech, you're building anything in AI, okay, do well to connect with him. His email is olusola@wevesty.com, and don't forget to get his book, mainstack.store/olu, the A to Z of AI consulting. Thank you so much, boss. I really, really appreciate this
My
session.
pleasure. My pleasure.
I stayed
My
on
pleasure.
through, I learned, and we're hoping that I'm still even coming back to. There are still some things I want to come and consult for. I'm coming to collect some other knowledge for. Okay,
Thank
because
you.
that USA we need to be there together.
My
Thank you
pleasure.
so
My
much.
pleasure.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful time and thank you for having me.
You
Bye bye.
too.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Yes. Bye.
Ejiro, over to
Okay.
you.
Yes, I'm aware. Okay, that was a very interesting session. I had my notes all filled. I mean, not all filled literally, but it was amazing because I'm sure you guys heard of the top 8 tools on AI. So let me just give you one secret. My opening speech was actually from chat can actually take over jobs. Most of them are actually coming to help you better your jobs. Because when people say AI is coming to take our jobs, I'm always not shaking, you know. When they were saying they're coming to take up voiceover jobs, you know, speaking jobs, it doesn't move me. Because even some employers or some clients, they don't even want you to use AIs for their voiceover jobs. Most of them. So AI is actually coming to just make your work better, make your jobs easier for you. Just look at ChatGPT. So if you're able to use it well, it will be to your own advantage. Anyways, we have our we're actually bringing in go for a break. Let everybody cool their head and then come back for a fresh second episode. So let's go for a break. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Didi. I'm a graduate of the Lagos State University and I'm a cryptocurrency trader. And this is my Daba success story. The courses I have taken on Daba are the Trade and Make Money course, the WhatsApp monetization course, and the affiliate marketing course. From the Trade and Make Money course I bought on Daba, I've been able to learn how to analyze the crypto market correctly. I've been giving myself signals. I get signals from Daba signal room that has given me money. And in the year 2020, I was able to buy my first land after I joined Daba. And I've made money from this Trade and Make Money course also that got me through my university days, even till now, has been giving me ways, giving me money that I use in supporting my family, support my dad, my mom, everyone, and everything in my life. The Trade and Make Money course is a course that will give you the skill for you to succeed in the cryptocurrency market and also make you a profitable trader. From the WhatsApp monetization course, I was able to learn how to package my P2P business, how to interact with customers, how to brand it, to make it something people would want to trade with me, give me their products, believe in me, trust me with their money and all. I was able to learn all that. Since I joined Daba, I've been able to build up self-confidence in myself. I don't give up easily again. And I have been able to learn how to manage my money properly. And of course, it has given me financial freedom, network with people that gives me trade from their community. And here, Daba has given me financial freedom. Apart from being a student of Daba, I also make money from being an affiliate marketer with Daba. If you're a student, a corper, an undergraduate, lecturers, civil servants, or whoever you are, and you want to make money online, just go to www.daba.school and get started.
Yeah, so we're here and we're back. So let us I think we should just quickly introduce our second guest who will be coming up because we don't really have so much time. This is just 20 minutes past the hour of 9 and he's waiting for us right now. And we are talking about a serial entrepreneur, a copywriter, direct response marketing strategist, a business coach, an investor, a social media influencer, and also an author. He's a founding partner of Digital Nexus Interactive, Nigeria's fastest growing digital marketing agency. And I'm talking about Ronald Ikena Anthony. He's also the founder and CEO of Profit Marketing Systems Limited, one of Nigeria's top digital marketing and publishing firms. Ronald will be speaking on how to make money on the internet, how to get rich using the internet. And that's why we're here on Money Code Conference. Mr. Ronald, welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
How
How
are
did
you?
they say? I'm fine. How did they say it in pidgin again? They say my head they swell. All these accolades, all this intro. It's I love it. Thank you so much for having me, guys. But very quickly, I want to apologize for my grainy video. Um, I can't find. I've been trying to find my webcam. I can't find it, so we have to make do with the
Oh,
webcam on
okay.
my MacBook. Yeah. So, how you guys doing?
We're fine. We're fine, boss. Good
Okay,
to see
great.
good
Okay,
to see.
the floor to you. We'll just leave the floor to you. So just carry us with all the knowledge that you have. Please
Absolutely,
proceed.
absolutely. Whoa! All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Daba. Daba is a great organization. I'm sure you guys know. Um, it's an initiative that I'm very very proud to support and to be available for every single time. So thank you for granting me the honor to share with your audience a little bit of my knowledge and some of the things that I've learned over. Today we're going to talk about how to get rich on the internet. I'm sure a lot of people want to get rich. So how do we do it? How do we make it happen? We're going to talk about that tonight. Um, I'm going to start out with saying that if you want to get rich on the internet, right? If you want to get rich, you've got to know what the starting point is because it's really important that if you're about to embark on a journey, you know where you want to start. And from where you start, then you can begin to think about how you are going to go through different paths and different ways in order to get to your destination. So so where do you start? If you want to get rich on the internet, the very first thing is that getting rich on the internet starts with you. Yes, you. Getting rich starts with you. It doesn't start with methods. It doesn't start with Google. It doesn't start with secrets. A lot of people ask me, "Oh, what are the secrets?" Right? There are no secrets. So it's not methods, it's not Google, it's not secrets, and it's not gurus. It's you. And I know this because I've been selling online, right? I got rich online basically. I've been selling online for 20 years now. This is my 20th year. I started in 2003, November 2000, September 2003 to be precise. And so I've gathered quite some experience, and because of that experience, I've come up, I've come away with some incredibly solid understanding of exactly what you need to succeed, especially if you want to do business on the internet. So if you follow this mindset and you follow these instructions that I'm going to be sharing with you tonight, then you are going to get rich. It doesn't matter what you've tried before that didn't work. It doesn't matter how many times you've tried it before and it didn't work. It doesn't matter how many times you failed or how discouraged you are currently. This rule is almost absolute, right? So in all my years with all of the people that I've talked to, all of the interviews that I've watched, all of the biographies that I've read, I can't think of any one single example of someone who succeeded who didn't do this, right? So, what I usually do is that to explain to people how it is them that is the starting point. I like to use an analogy of two people. So, we're going to call one Ojo, and we're going to call the second person Daniel. So Ojo is online and he's browsing the internet, and out of the corner of his eye he sees an advert online, and the advert says highly profitable internet business will pay you 1 million naira a month. Expose, click here. So Ojo clicks it, right? And so Ojo clicks it and he reads through this long sales letter, or he watches a webinar, selling this highly profitable internet business thing, and then he ends up buying whatever the thing is selling. So he's very excited. I mean, when you buy something, right, and you have a lot of hope leaning on it, you get excited. The adrenaline is pumping through your veins. You are out there, pushing. You want to learn, right? Because now you're convinced that you're going to get rich. You're convinced that you've found the thing. So you start to spend about an hour a day, in front of your computer. You're working on this business, and maybe he says you should set up a blog. Then he said, just sets up a blog, and then he starts writing some articles to put on the blog. And now these days, he can even use ChatGPT or any other AI writing tool to write the article, and he puts it on the blog, and then he tries to get some traffic. He starts posting links to the articles on social media, and then he learns about email marketing. He starts to play around with some affiliate marketing on the side, and then at this stage, something usually happens. Or Joe's wife, or Joe's girlfriend, or Joe's family members, they're going to tell Ojo, and they'll tell him, look, you've bought into this get rich quick scheme thing, right? This thing is not going to work. They don't think it's going to work, but then they allow him, right? From time to time they joke, they make fun of him. So people say things like, that your internet business thing, how is it coming along? Right? He doesn't respond because he hurts, right? And he's determined to show them. I'm going to show them. So he keeps plugging away. But here's what happens next. Because the results are not coming as fast as he expects, he begins to get a little overwhelmed, right? There's so much to learn and do, right? He has to figure out how to set up a blog, how to do FTP, how to set up an email autoresponder, how to figure out traffic, PPC, CPA, ChatGPT, PPV. There's plenty. Video production, joint venture. There's a lot. So he spends hours and hours and hours glued to the computer or the phone. He's trying to figure out everything, while his family and friends are concerned that he has been scammed and that this new business will never work, right? So, a few months in, Ojo still hasn't made any significant money. Now he's beginning to think that his family and friends are right. Now he's beginning to think, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I truly bought into a get-rich-quick scheme, right? So he begins to feel out of place, and then, he begins to wonder. He says, okay, you know what? Maybe I should do something else that is easier, right? And now he has this brainwave. Whoa, I heard that Mr. Macaroni made 35 million last month on YouTube. So I'm going to start a YouTube channel. So he abandons everything that he's already done, right, for the last 3, 4, 5, 6 months. And then he starts to make YouTube videos, right? So he wakes up at 8 a.m. decides to make YouTube videos. He tries that for maybe another 6 months. Nothing else happens, right? And then he says, you know what else am I going to do? Okay, maybe I will try this affiliate marketing thing this time. And then he starts the affiliate marketing thing. maybe a little bit of money comes. Now 1 year is gone, and suddenly Ojo doesn't have the motivation to get out of bed anymore, right? He signs up to some newsletter, signs up to some free plans, signs up to a number of things, right? And his passion is not there. His motivation is on the floor, right? He's failing again, despite all the promises that he's had, despite all the hopes that he has had. So he repeats this on and off multiple times, multiple methods. And the funny thing is that the years go by, nothing significant happens in all of that time. Then one day, Ojo is going to quit, right? And then guess what he's going to become? He's going to become that champion who goes all over social media and offline preaching that internet business is a scam. He becomes that person. Now, here's the thing, maybe you're not as bad as Ojo, right? But most people are not far off that stage. Now, let's talk about the second person, right? Daniel. So, Daniel has the mindset of the guys that you see who have made millions. People like um, uh, Chris, the CEO of Daba, people like me, people like so many other people who have become rich online. So what does Daniel do? He does things differently. He chooses one thing to do. He decides to do just YouTube, right? And he says, you know what, I'm going to do YouTube. I'm going to make finance videos on YouTube. And then he sits down and he writes a plan. He goes out and he does research on everybody who is making finance videos on YouTube. And then he takes notes to see what is working and what people like. Looks at the videos that get the highest amount of views, what topics are they talking about, and then he starts to create some videos. He puts a lot of effort, and he says he adopts this mindset of let's see what happens. So he starts. He's not even thinking about monetization yet. He just wants to make sure that people love the videos, right? So he gets good at making the videos first. A couple of weeks later, he starts releasing the videos. He starts testing waters. Okay, the results are coming in, but not the kind of results that he hoped to see, right? So he starts thinking to himself, so what do I need to improve here? He starts looking at more competitors. He starts making more tweaks, right? In the videos, he starts getting better at editing the videos. 3 to 4 weeks in, he's beginning to get some decent views on his videos. Some people are commenting, things are beginning to move in the right direction. He keeps improving on that. Daniel says, let's work on getting more subscribers, more feedback, more interaction. Let's test some more ideas that I have. See, Daniel can spend one entire month just getting good at creating the videos and getting some views to them. And the next thing he does is he starts thinking, let's build a list, right? Let's build the list. How do we take these viewers that we have and turn them into email subscribers, right? No selling yet. No selling yet, right? So he begins to work on building a list. He begins to try different schedules for mailing his list. Now he's 3 months in. He's gotten a little decent channel. A few hundred people are on his email list that are regularly opening the email from his YouTube. That's when he starts thinking of monetizing. And on, right? So what's the result? If you come back and bring these two guys, Ojo and Daniel, if you bring them together in 2 years' time, Ben is going to have 100,000 YouTube subscribers. He will have his own finance information product, maybe a book. We just AI guy who spoke before me, right? He has his books, he has his products. So Daniel becomes his YouTube channel after 2 years now has 100,000 subscribers. He has his own book or software that is based off of finance. He has a big email list, and he's making $50,000 per month, and he has loads of experience on with YouTube video creation, on YouTube list building, email marketing, funnel building, monetization, product creation, product launches, everything. But Ojo, he's still on Google, and he's still searching for an easier way to make money and become rich online. That is if he has not quit yet. Or he's on Twitter and on Nairaland moaning about how nothing works and how the world is full of fake gurus. Now, if you cannot take Daniel's approach to getting rich online, you're not going to succeed. So, what's the secret? Remember that I said there are no secrets, right? There are really no secrets, but the world likes the word secret. So, let me tell you one secret in code. And that secret is if you want to succeed, you have to concentrate massive, relentless energy and put it into one single focus for a long period of time. People say, they look at them and say, oh, this guy, you are the best copywriter in the entire continent of Africa. I like it when they say, it. And it's easy to say, but what they don't know is that I spent years, literally years, being perfect at that one thing. Like I did literally nothing else. I did it even while I wasn't making a lot of money doing it. In fact, I would create copy and marketing materials for individuals who had their own info products and for companies, and they would pay me as little as 15,000, 20,000, and the marketing that I created for them will yield 30 to 50 million. But the difference was that I was getting good. Now, I'm not saying that you can't get paid while you are doing the thing. I'm saying that the secret is that you have to focus on one thing and pour massive, relentless energy into it for a long period of time. That is how you gain mastery. And the truth is that it is hard. I'm not going to bullshit you. It's hard, right? And that's why almost nobody does it, right? People try something for 2 weeks, and then they give up, and then they move on to the next shiny object. And then they try that thing for 3 months, and then they give up, and then they move on to the next thing again, and on and on and on. Most people think that you can make money online or on the internet and become rich by, taking it, following the same process they would follow if they are working a regular job. Set up this, do this, and boom, you're making money. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. But you can make millions in pretty much everything. It could be doing videos. It could be doing podcasts. I can't tell you the number of people. I have hundreds, if not thousands. I'm sure there are probably thousands of people who have learned from me. But let me be modest and say hundreds, right? Who make money doing all sorts. But the reason why they make a lot of money doing all those different things is because they follow this advice that I'm giving you. They poured massive, relentless energy into one thing for a long period of time. So the way to success is to pick one thing and focus hard on it for a full year of your life. Put all your energy into it, and don't make your goal, don't make your focus to be just to make money. Make your goal to be the best at it. If you become the best at it, the better you get at it, the money will follow. The better you get at doing it, the more money will follow. This is what I did. This is what every person who is a real success at this has done. It is near impossible to fail if you do this. Absolutely near impossible. All right? So, Now that we understand this, the very next thing, if you want to get rich online, you should figure out exactly why you want to get rich online. Now, I'm going to begin to sound a little bit like a motivational speaker here, but please, harken onto my word. This is very, 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 very important. If you don't know the reason why you want to get rich, you're never going to get rich. It's never going to happen. I don't care how many times you slog at it. Doesn't matter how hard you work, it's not going to work. And the reason is this. The only reason why we are going to stay at it, the only reason why you are going to be able to stick to spending a long period of time focused on one thing, the only reason why that will happen is because of the reasons why you want to succeed at that thing. So you have to discover your reason why you want to succeed so that you can manifest your success every day. Right? Think about it. Everything that you have started and finished was because your reason for sticking to it was far bigger and more compelling than the reason that came up or any reasons that you had for giving up. Think about it. The moment you start something, you're going to face difficulties. I don't care what it is. It doesn't matter. Especially when it comes to wanting to get rich. My friends, you are going to face difficulties. It seems like, life, the moment you decide, you know what, I'm going to get rich, it seems like life just says, oh yeah, all the problems in this world, come up and attack this guy. Let's even see whether this person is worthy of this thing that they want. Right? How do we say it in Nigeria? Now, who give up, right? Naim fuck up, right? So if you give up, but what will make you not to give up? It is the reason why you even wanted that success in the first place. The stronger that reason is, the more persistent you are going to be. Because if you stay persistent at it, you are going to break through the barrier one time, and then success will just rain on you like a flood. Right? So the moment you start something, you're going to face difficulties. So if you say, fuck it, I quit, it means that you simply stop fighting. The reason why you stayed on was no longer valid to you. So why stay, right? Now, let's say you're a graduate, you finish school. Why did you start and finish school? Think about it. Why did you start? Start day one. Go through all the lectures. Take all the insults from lecturers. Go through, many meals. Not being able to feed. Having to stay in a hostel with 5-6 other people inside the room. Having to read sleepless nights. All of that. Why were you able to do that? Right? Why were you able to do that? The reason why you were able to do that, is because you had a strong reason why. Your reason was stronger than all the hardships that you faced. The reason is stronger, right? Some of the reason why you finished school was probably because, everybody believes that when you graduate and you get good enough grades, then you get a decent and high-paying job that will set you up for life. So no matter how many tests you were made to write, no matter how many exams, no matter how hard they were, it didn't matter. You stuck to it. Doesn't matter whether you fail, simply take it again. Even if you had an extra year, you bore it all and you finished it. It was because your reason for staying was stronger than any other reason that you thought of for living. Right? So you must have a strong reason why. So sit down and ask yourself, why do I want this? Why do I want to be rich? Because you have to understand that starting a business, getting rich, is like getting a new baby. When a new baby is born, they can't sit, let alone walk. They can run, so they have to grow up. They have to learn to do all of those things over time. They first learn to sit, then they crawl, then they stand, then they walk, then they start running. That is how life works with everything. But people want to start something today and start running tomorrow. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. What were my reasons? My reason when I wanted to get rich online, my big reason was that I wanted to pull my family out of lack. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like we were poor. I mean, but we were rich. We were like rich, rich. When I say rich, rich, I mean my dad was worth millions of dollars at some point. And then government policies, a lot of things. My mom's dead, threw him off. A lot of things, and we lost all our funds. So we went from being rich, rich to went from up here to being down here. And it pissed me off. Now, to give you an example of how rich we were, my dad was using a Terra phone. A Terra phone is a satellite phone. It was probably one of the most expensive things in the world at the time. There were no GSMs then, so he was using a Terra phone to access, to make calls, and we could use it to connect to the internet. Right? And that was what actually gave me my intro into the internet. I started browsing, I started using the internet in 1998. 1998, right? And I was amazed at this wonderful thing. I could sit there and find out scores without watching TV or anything, and find out scores for the basketball game that was played yesterday evening. Right? I was amazed. I created my email address. I still use that email address till date. Right? But we went from up there to down here. So my major reason was I wanted to make money for myself and make so much money to set my family up again. That was my driving force. Now, I've largely done all of that, right? But remember, this was 2003. It didn't matter to me that I didn't even have any money at the time. It didn't matter to me that there was no Facebook, no Twitter, no Instagram. There were no ATM machines in Nigeria, which means no debit cards, no ATM cards. When I started, Google was barely 2 years old, and all you could do on Google was just to search and nothing else. The world's most popular search engine at the time was called Alta Vista, followed by another one called Lycos. The most popular website in the world in that year was Yahoo.com. Right? Looking back at it, it seems like colonial times. I mean, it was just 20 years ago, right? But all of that didn't matter to me. All I wanted was, I'm going to get this, I'm going to figure it out. Doesn't matter what the obstacles are. And here we are, 20 years later, I figured it out. And I'm not going to kid you, it was hard, it was tough, I cried a lot. I lived in a rundown building for months. I went hungry for days. I wanted to give up many, many times and go find a job at Mr. Biggs or something to keep body and soul together, but I survived and I won. Now, I'm not suggesting that you're going to face the same problems. Actually, you won't. I mean, because things are better today. I mean, look at what we have today. We have social media. We have all of these things. This is the best time in the world to get rich on the internet, guys. The absolute best time. You have all the tools. For God's sake, we have AI. Jeez, we don't even have to come up with anything now. We just ask some questions and some program is going to throw up the content and we just say, Didi the page. And hey, money comes. Right? What I was a pioneer. Pioneers carry all of the pain and do all of the hard work of figuring things out for those coming behind them. Right? If you go read about the man called Nikola Tesla, he's the man who who Elon Musk named his company after. Every idea that he came up with, other people used it to get rich, except himself. All they did was to take that idea and improve on it, or do it a little bit differently. And that's part of the reason why today I'm not interested in inventing anything. I don't care. I don't want to invent anything. Inventing is way too much hard work and pain and loneliness, and it might still end up not catching on or working, right? But God knows that we need pioneers in this world. I just don't want to be part of them anymore, right? Right? There are people who look at the rock and they see a statue inside the rock. They see things and they say, "What if we do it this other way?" Right? Those are the people that create new solutions to advance the world, right? Me, I just want to take that thing that they have created and piggyback on it and get rich, right? So I don't want to invite anything. I just want to control it. I don't want to invent anything. I just want to copy it successfully. But whether you're a pioneer or an emulator, you're going to face hurdles on your journey. And what will keep you going is the reason why you're doing it. So sit down and ask yourself sincerely, why do I really want to get rich? If your only reason that you can come up with is simply because I want to get rich, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry. That's not a strong enough reason. It has to be something. Maybe you want to pull your family out of poverty, right? Maybe there's this dream that you have in your heart that you want to go to space, and the only way you are going to get to space is if you are rich. So you put that, be like, I'm going to do everything that I can to make enough money so that I can go to space. It doesn't matter what your reason is. It has to be true for you. So what are your reasons? Is it freedom? Is it to have more time? Is it revenge? Revenge can be a powerful motivator, right? Maybe when you're broke in university, some guy who had a lot of money came and stole your girlfriend from you, right? I don't believe anybody can steal anybody from you anyway, but I'm just saying. Maybe it's even love. Love motivates people to do things. I loved my family. I love the members of my family, right? Maybe it's your family. But make sure that reason is strong enough and big enough to withstand the days of doubt, the days of fear, and the days of sorrow. Right? So, you guys following? So now the next thing I'm going to talk about is, if you want to get rich on the internet, please don't go online and type how to get rich. Don't go to Google and do that. I don't know why Google is like that, but if you go to Google and type how to create a video, Google will show you results with good information on how to create a video. If you go to Google and type how to create an article with ChatGPT, Google will show you good results about how to create an article with ChatGPT. But for some reason that I don't understand, if you go to Google and you type how to get rich on the internet, the results Google will show you are pure scams. I don't know why. It's useless articles, nonsense scams, outright Ponzi schemes. It amazes me sometimes, but hey, that is what it is. So don't go to Google and type how to make money online in Nigeria or how to get rich on the internet in Nigeria. The results you're going to say are going to be horrible. Horrible. Trust me. You can even do it now if you can. Right? So don't type that. And not because you shouldn't want to make money online and become rich on the internet, but because of what I just told you. Right. So I'm just going to run through some of the scams. Things, all those. One of the very first one is all those programs that tell you, oh, get paid to tweet, get paid to Facebook. There's one that I saw a couple of years ago called For Search. Is it for Sage or some nonsense? You know? And then there's one that was called Rat Stally. If you display an ad, my goodness. Don't do it. Right? Paid to click, paid to read. Right? Fixed odds. Fixed odds. Outright scams. Outright scams, guys. All right? So, moving away from that very quickly, let's talk about the 8 rules for success. If you want to become rich on the internet, what are the 8 rules? Right? The 8 rules. So, what happens is when I look through Facebook groups, right, and discussion forums, and I looked through the 100 of questions that I get like 50 to 100 DMs every day on social media, and people are always asking me for methods, for secrets, for the easy way out, like I said earlier at the beginning. Right now, I don't know about you guys, but unless you have the code to the central bank's vault in Abuja, unless you have that code, if you don't have it, you will quickly realize that there are no magic secrets for filling your bank account with money anywhere, online or offline. This is the serious dose of reality you need to get, guys. Right? Whether you're a student looking for a way to get extra money to supplement your monthly stipend, whether you're a man in your 30s who wants to start earning enough money so that they can support your family better, this is a key thing to understand. Making money online is not easy. Getting rich on the internet is not easy. Seriously. You need to know this right off. It is better that you know it and you zero your mind to figure it out than not knowing it and jumping in like a blind bat. Oops, I said bat. Anyway, so sincerely, you've got to know this right off the bat. Oh, bat again. Anyway, I know it must sound unpalatable to some, but you can't go around it. You can't go around it. The problem with getting rich on the internet is that people associate getting rich on the internet with easy money. It is not. Right? So many make money online blogs and gurus forget they're posing, they don't have money. They make it seem easy. They tell you, oh, all you need to do it is just your phone. Really? Really? Why do they make it sound easy? Because they want the novices to sign up for the affiliate offers. It's not true. Making money online, getting rich on the internet is hard. Very, very hard. But don't worry, it gets better. Trust me, it gets better. As we go along, we're going to explain to you how good it can get. Right? So rule number 1, if you want to make money online, is that you need money to make money. You need money to make money. It is best, if you want to get rich on the internet, it is best if you have a source of income already. That is why when people tell me, oh, Mr. Ronald, I want to quit my job so that I can face this entire marketing thing squarely, I say, no. Don't do it. Don't do it. Keep the job and do the internet thing on the side. When the internet thing is now making 3 to 4 times what you're making from your job, then you can quit. Please. It is easier if you have a source of income from somewhere. It's easier. So if you have a job, please keep it. Don't resign yet. Because seriously, you have so much trouble if you don't have a little nest egg to work with and have your bills covered. If you don't have a job, if you have 0 bank account balance, please go get a job. And getting a job doesn't mean that you necessarily have to go and work somewhere in some office or something. There are many things you can do for people that people are willing to pay you for. You can come on social media and they'll tell you, hey, look, I need you. What do you need me to do that you can pay me for? And you do it. Making money online, getting rich on the internet is not something that you try to do when you don't have any money at all. You're setting yourself up. Now, it doesn't mean you can't succeed. You can, but it's going to be 10 times harder. 10 times harder. Rule number 2, don't spread yourself too thin. I see this all the time. People are trying to build a blog this minute, and then the next day they're talking about starting a YouTube channel. Then a few days later, they're talking about doing affiliate marketing. And then the very following week, they want to grow an Instagram account and become influencers. I understand it. Enthusiasm is great. And wanting to venture into many different areas is a nice goal. But it is not practical. It is not. It is not practical. If you spread yourself too thin, you're going to fail because you don't have enough time. Remember, you have 24 hours in one day. Everybody has 24 hours in one day, but you don't have 24 hours available in a day because you are going to sleep, you're going to take a bath, you are going to eat, you are going to talk, you are going to go to places. So probably out of the 24 available hours that you have a day, the number of hours that you have to actually do work that will lead you to the point where you get rich on the internet, maybe it's just 10 hours out of those 24 hours. Now imagine you are doing 5 different things at the same time. It is not practical. Now, when you start out at the beginning, right, you need to pick one thing and focus on it and spend most of your time learning everything you can about it. Find one thing that you're interested in, guys. Don't bounce around between several different things. You have to dedicate all your time and focus on one project at a time, especially in the beginning. Especially in the beginning. When you succeed with that one thing and you gain ground, then you can start looking at the second thing. Then you do that one, make it solid, then you start looking at the third thing. Think of anyone you know that is big. They are usually experts in one area, usually. Think about Chris and of Daba. When you think of Chris, what do you think about? You think of crypto. That is the first thing that comes into your head, crypto. Right? When you think of Ronald, you think of marketing. When you think of towing your motor show, what do you think about? Affiliate marketing expert. Exactly. That is what you should do. The big people who succeed, they master one thing, then they continue to evolve with it. Number 3 rule is that you can't expect instant results. Everybody wants to make money ASAP, right now, immediately. But that's not how it works, guys. Thinking that you will start today and start rolling in dough next week or even next month is living in fool's paradise. It will not happen. You need to learn, and then you need to figure out things at your own pace. Okay? So if you spend some time to get to know some of the top guys, again, just like I said, you see that they may not tell you, but they failed more times than they succeeded. Some of them didn't start to make money for several months. I didn't make money, significant money, for 5 years. It wasn't like I wasn't making money. I wasn't making $40 here a month, but significant money, I didn't do it for 5 years. From 2003 until 2007. It was in 2007 that I made $2,000. My product sold for $10,000, but that's another story. But I got $2,000 out of that $10,000. But that's story for another day. That was when I made my first significant money, 2007 November. So it's not going to happen quick. And that's why if you have another source of income, maybe like from your job, it makes things easier. Rule number 4, you can't give up easily. Right? If you go to Twitter or Ireland or Instagram or Facebook and search, you're going to find someone who is complaining that a particular method. How many times have you heard that these affiliate marketing people are scammers? It doesn't work. How many times have you heard that? Right? Facebook marketing is rubbish. Facebook advertising, it doesn't work. Email marketing, it doesn't work. Information marketing, it no longer works. Why do people say that something doesn't work? It is because they haven't given it enough time to figure it out. They expect instant results and they quit before they figure it out. If internet marketing was easy, everybody, their cousin and their grandfather, would be working from home or from some exotic island while they have hired helps wait on them hand and food. You should be thankful that it is not easy. You should be. You know why? Because it reduces competition. It reduces competition. Right? So just like a professional athlete trains non-stop, if your goal is to make money online, then you need to read and study and implement and test non-stop. If you want it bad enough, you have to put your head down and put in the work. Go into this thing knowing that you're never going to quit. You will eventually figure it out if you just promise yourself that you will never give up. Rule number 5, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I know that I've talked about focus, right? I know that I've talked about focus, right? But once you start seeing success, try to diversify within that thing, within that one thing you're focused on. Try to expand on, diversify with it. That's what I mean by don't put all your eggs in one basket. So let's say that you're a finance guru like Olusola, right? Olusola is going to speak to you in a couple of maybe tomorrow or the day after, right? So, and then let's say you now decide to write a book about personal finance. Here's different ways you can monetize that book. That's what I mean. Again, by not putting all your eggs in one basket. You can use paid adverts on Facebook, Google, and other traffic sources. You can build a social media following and push the book on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You can do joint ventures. You can come to people like Chris and say, hey, I have this book, Chris. Can you talk to your audience about it? If they buy it, I'm going to give you this percentage as your cost. Right? I've done everything that I'm telling you, something that I've done is something that I do all the time. You can build an email list of people who are interested in personal finance and give them daily good information. You can create a blog and update it with information on personal finance, right? You can set up an affiliate program and have other people sell it for you for a cut, right? What we are doing is that you're finding different sources of traffic to your book, but your main focus is your book. You understand it? The reason why you want to do this is, so let's say Facebook now bans your account and says you cannot advertise with us. You have other places to get traffic from. Maybe a Google update kills the SEO on your blog. You have other places to get traffic from to the book. If you put all your eggs in one SEO basket, for example, and spend all your time and money on SEO, you are going to be at zero the moment one update kills your SEO. You get what I mean? Number 6, you have to be minimalistic when you're starting out. You have to be minimalistic when you're starting out. So give up on some luxuries. That's what I mean. Don't be like the many internet guys, especially the foreign ones on Twitter and YouTube. They rent cars and make you think that it is theirs. They rent houses and claim that it is theirs. Don't be worried about materialistic crap. Who cares? Who cares? Don't be one of those people that get their first taste of money and they go out and buy a super expensive wristwatch, or they buy a huge SUV petrol guzzling car, or some stupid material possession that leads them right back to failure where they came from. You have to stay grounded. You have to remain focused. If you lose your focus, you will fall flat on your face. Right? Right? So, don't aim to impress anybody. It's not going to make you any more money. What you spend your money on, If you want to get rich online, let me tell you what you spend your money on. Focus on getting a super fast computer or laptop. Get this super fast phone. Spend money on online tools that make your work easier. ChatGTP has a paid version that's called ChatGPT 4. It's $20 a month. Freaking pay for the thing. Twitter Blue is $7 a month. Is it $7 or $6 a month? It allows you type longer, pay for the thing. It's just $7. You waste $7 multiple times every single month. Pay for the give Elon Musk $7 and make your life easier on Twitter. Pay for your online tools. Spend money on your advertising. These are the things that you spend money on. Another thing, if you do videos, buy cameras, quality cameras. Upgrade your cameras in yearly, 6 monthly or yearly intervals. These are the things that will help you improve your results so that you make more money and you get richer faster. You also need to look at the things that you spend money on and look for ways to cut on your spending too. If you eat out multiple times a week, right? Cut back. Cook some of your meals at home and spend that extra money that you've saved running more ads and getting more leads and making more money. Rule number 7, you need to save. This goes back to the previous when money and you see it rolling. Please do not spend it all. Put some away for a rainy day. Go to Tosin Olasende and pay her and learn how to manage your money. Right? You need to think about the big picture, guys. You need to think about the big picture. You are responsible for your future. When you start making money, I strongly recommend that you hire a proper account to start doing your books. Do that. Work with a financial advisor and planner. I just mentioned Tosin. Right? Make sure that you organize your funds and your money so that by the time you are 70 years old and you are retired, you have something really cushy to spend on, because then you are going to be tired. You won't be able to do anything again. But you have a good cushion. You will never lack for anything. Right? And this doesn't mean you shouldn't have fun. Please have plenty of fun. Just don't live beyond your means. Right? Rule number 8, you need to treat internet businesses like real businesses. I am sick and tired of hearing people saying things like people who sell information is not a real business. What the heck are you talking about, for God's sake? What are they saying? Are they saying Daba is not a real business? Really? Do you know how much
Yep. I think we actually lost the speaker, so I hope he tries and reconnect back. But in the meantime, I hope that we have actually been, you know, taking notes of the things that we're supposed to do after now. Um, it's just network. Network has been the connection has been crazy for a while now. So I hope he comes and join us soon. But if he doesn't, we might have to just wrap up the show pretty soon. Yes, so we might have to just wrap up the show pretty soon. And I must say, Mr. If he still gets to join us later, really. But I must say, Mr. Thank you so much, Mr. Ronald. Thank you so much for actually coming up here. Do we want to actually wait for him, guys? Do you want to actually wait for him? I mean, the other ones that you've been seeing, aren't they enough? Getting to have that spirit of don't resign if you don't have so much money. And even if you are going to, because I actually know that one, even if you're going to actually start your own career, you still need something to fall back on. I know someone that is very big, like he's big in the industry. He works for several people, and yet he also has a steady job. All right, I'm seeing people saying that they want to wait. All in favor, say aye. All in favor, say aye. I can't say any aye, so I don't think we should actually wait. This is past 10, so I'm thinking, we should just move on to end the show. Of course, we should say thank you to Mr. Ronald for doing his bid. He's really done well in taking up his time to come up here and talk about it. Really, it's not so. The comment section are hilarious, really. Okay, I think he's reconnecting back. Chris is on the line. Should we actually wait for Mr. Ronald, or do we, go on and
I think we should wait for him. I don't know. I think this thing took him off.
okay. Okay, yeah, the
But
connection has
guys,
been
I,
crazy a while.
I've been following. I had to make Mr. Ronald the second speaker because I know he was gonna. I, I had to make him join us. I had to make him do it at the second because I know that
Okay.
his session is when Ronald teaches like a father. He doesn't do charging. He talks to you like your children listening, and he's talking from his wealth of experience. So I had to say, okay, he's going to take the second session so we can give him enough time to. He likes to talk from his heart. He doesn't do PowerPoint presentation. He talks from his heart, teaches you what you need to know. And I know that many of you are already. So I don't know. Maybe let me send
Oh,
him a
the
chat.
comments I haven't seen. We should wait a while. I mean,
Yes.
the
Okay.
energy
So
I'm
comment
getting
section.
on
I know they will
comment
say we should
section
wait
is
because
amazing.
the the
Yes,
the
they
the
say we
the,
should wait
the
for a while.
so let's give him time.
Okay, someone reached out to him if he would come back.
Okay.
Probably someone should reach out to him.
I'm doing that.
Okay,
Okay, I think he's back.
all
He's
right.
back. Guys, when we've been doing Money Code Conference in 2019, sometimes we used to close by 12 midnight.
Oh, yay, you're back.
Yeah, he's back. He's back. He's
Yeah,
back.
sorry guys, Nigeria happened.
Yes, we agree. It
I agree.
happened.
Because while you were teaching,
Hmm.
my network was misbehaving, and I've been logged out from this stream yard for more than 30, for up to 30 minutes. So I was only
Wow.
watching on YouTube. I wasn't even on stream. I wasn't even in this session here watching you.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back, guys. Let's go back, guys. Let's go back, guys.
All right. All right. So, um, so I'm just going to start from rule number 8 again. I said you need to treat internet marketing like a real business, right? I see a lot of guys make mistakes and they think they can work whenever they want and be successful. They treat it like a hobby. You can't do this. This thing is not a hobby. I know it is the lifestyle that is sold. That is what people who sell you the courses and the books and everything, that's what they tell you. But it's not true. It's not true. This is a real business. right? And then it annoys me when people say things like, internet businesses are not real businesses. What the hell are they talking about? What do they know about business, right? Are they saying Daba is not a real business because Daba sells information, right? The biggest one, the biggest, or rather, one of the biggest companies, internet-based companies in the world is called Agora. Last year, Agora made 2 billion in revenue, 2 billion US dollars in revenue last year. You know what Agora sells? Newsletters, finance newsletters. They have newsletters across everything finance that you can talk about. They have a newsletter for gold, they have a newsletter for silver, they have a newsletter for commodities, they have a newsletter for different kinds of metals, they have a newsletter for crypto, they have a newsletter for the stock market, blue chip stocks, then they have a separate newsletter for penny stocks, right? Then they have a newsletter for overseas stocks. That's overseas stock means stock markets outside of the United States. These guys have newsletters in practically everything. They have a newsletter for sports betting, for God's sake. Last year, company-wide revenue, $2 billion. But that is because they take it like a real business, right? They take it like a real business. They don't just, do it anyhow. That's not what they do. They take it seriously, and you have to take it seriously too. In this business, you have to work hard. If you were employed at a regular job, what will happen if you just showed up at your regular job at whatever time you wanted? You'll be sacked instantly, right? What will happen if you came on time but you just stood up and left after a couple of hours of working? What will happen to you if you did that in a regular job? You will be sacked instantly. But guess what? Many people do that with their internet businesses, yet they want to get rich off that business. It's not going to work. So you've got to treat your business like you will be sacked if you slacked, right? And yes, even though some of the benefits of becoming rich on the internet is the ability to work from anywhere in the world and not to work as many hours, at the beginning, when you start out, and for a long time, you have to treat it like it is a real job. You must determine how much you work and when you work, and you have to make it sacrosanct. Some deals will require more work. Some things you need to do will require more work. Right? And look, I know many people with successful online business who work only 2 hours a day. Now, when they started, they were working 20 hours a day when they first started. So don't cut yourself short, guys. Be professional, respond to emails quickly, address any issues right away, just like a real business, because internet marketing is a real business. It is a real business. Now, I'm going to share with you something that is absolutely amazing. And this is the true way to get rich online fast. I made that discovery in 2000. Remember that I said that in 2000 I made my first significant amount of money. It was because of this thing. That was why I was able to do it after trying for 5 years. Even though I was making a little bit of money here and there for 5 years, I made that significant sum in 2007, November. It was because I learned the concept of producers and consumers. Producers are the people who make things. They create products, they create services, and then they offer them for sale. Producers are the business people. They are the shop owners. They are the manufacturers. They are the company executives. They are the crazies. Right? All the people that you go and spend your money with, when you buy something from them, they are producers. Consumers, on the other hand, are the people who only spend their money with other people. They consume. Most employees are consumers. All they ever produce is their weekly or their monthly salary. And then they consume so much, they spend it all. Now, here's the kicker. Here's the kicker, guys. 99% of the people who try to get rich on the internet are consumers. Why? Because they are busy and they stay busy spending money. They keep buying lots of ebooks, courses, seminars, software, tools, coaching, consulting, and they think, oh, I need to get just this one more thing and now I can start producing. But it never happens because they buy yet another thing and they buy yet another thing and they buy yet another thing. The people who serve you those things are producing and you are consuming. And consumption doesn't always mean spending money alone. It can also mean reading one more article, watching one more YouTube video, listening to yet another podcast episode. So much so that you spend all of your time learning instead of implementing. If this is you and you keep doing what you're doing and you don't make any changes, you are going to stay stuck and you never get rich on the internet. This is the reason 99% of people want to get rich on the internet, they don't make any money. They are focused on consumption. The truth is, if you've been struggling to make it on the internet and you're not making the kind of money that you like, the truth is that it's actually not your fault because you've been misled. The sad thing is that if you keep going as you are, this industry is going to pull you through its system and you'll come out of it frustrated, exhausted, and broke. It doesn't have to be this way though. It doesn't have to be. So when I discovered this for myself, after I'd gone through the first 5 years, I'm not making any significant money, my life completely changed. I went from being a consumer to being a producer. I started creating things for people to also buy. So if you want to make money on the internet and get rich, you must be a producer. You must sell something. I mean, look at every single one of us speakers on this conference. We are producers. We sell something. You must sell something. The good news is there is a ton of things you can sell. There's a ton of things you can sell, and it's easy to switch lanes. When you switch lanes, then you begin to make a lot of money. To go from being a consumer to become a producer, you have to stop believing the lies gurus tell you. Lies like you can't make money without selling. You can make money without selling anything. You don't need any experience to make money. Bitcoin is going to make you rich. Now it's like someone saying you can become a lawyer without going to law school. Hello? Somebody told you that, you will call them a liar, right? So why would you believe someone if they tell you that you can make money on the internet and become rich on the internet without selling anything? But many people believe it. And they believe this lie because they are afraid of selling. And you know why people are afraid of selling? Because when we were born, we were not born to be business people, right? I mean, when we were young, our parents told us not to accept money from strangers. And we grew up with that mindset. Now, mentally, we see selling, which of course involves taking money from people, from strangers, just like our parents told us not to, right? We see it and we associate it with pain. Because when we were young and we took money from strangers, our parents would beat us, right? So we grew up with that inside of our head. And now, when we try to sell, it involves asking strangers for money. And then it becomes painful for us to do because we don't want to do it. So we run away from it. Do you understand that? That is why many people, especially new people, are terrified of selling stuff on the internet. Right? But the truth is that it requires serious skills. So in 2007, I discovered that selling is a matter of knowing simple arithmetic and learning the skills required. So I quickly adjusted. Since then, I've made hundreds of millions. I've consulted for some of the top CEOs, business people in this country, and outside of the country. It's not secret, and it's easy. Don't get me wrong. I didn't say It's simple. I said it's easy. There are two different things, guys. Right? You only need to know what to sell and how to sell it and who to sell it to in order to get rich on the internet. You need to know what to sell, how to sell it, and who to sell it to in order to become rich on the internet. All right. So the thing is, how do you know what to sell? Right? How do you know what to sell? What do you sell? So I'm going to lay out a 7-step system for you, and then we are going to conclude this live stream. So 7-step system. How do you sell something online so that you can get rich? How do you do it? You find something to sell, right? Create content, promoting it, and then you get traffic to consume the content, right? But it's not as easy as that, right? It's not just 3 steps. So the very first thing to understand is, number one, ignore the hype. Ignore the hype. There is no way anybody can guarantee that you can make X amount of money in X amount of time. It is not true. It's not going to happen. It is going to be different for different people. There are too many variables that have to be taken into consideration. Nobody can say that everybody is going to make a specific amount of money in a specific amount of time. So everything from how good you are at market research all the way through to how good you are at understanding training materials that you buy and how adept you are at following instructions will all determine how fast you make X amount of money. Step number 2, ask yourself, what are your actual expectations? Your expectations are going to determine how long you will follow through with any plan that you decide to follow. So what are your expectations? If you expect to make $10,000 in 1 week, for example, because of course the sales page of the course that you bought promised that, and after 3 weeks you've not made $10,000, guess what's going to happen? You are going to give up and call it a scam. But the truth is that it is possible to make $10,000 in a week, but it's not going to happen your first week. It's probably not going to even happen your first 6 months. So your expectation should not be to make 10,000 a week. Instead, your goal should be to learn exactly how to do each step necessary so that you create a successful marketing campaign that you can master to the point where it can start producing $10,000 a week. Is that understood, guys? Number 3, find out how well you understand what you actually need to do for each step that you take. Right? There are different internet business models. Right? So you need to decide on a business model. Number 2, you need to select that business model, and that business model has to play into your strengths. So examine the different internet business models, select the one that plays into your strengths, and find a product or a service within it to sell. And then target one market. That's step 3. Target one market that needs that product or service. Then set up a website presented for people who are in that market. Then set up a traffic campaign, get people to go and view that website and that content that you created, right? And then from the people that view it, build an email list, so a database of people in that market, and then sell to them and bank money. That's it. Do these 7 things. Do it for as long as possible. Target markets where you can charge high amounts of money, and you are going to get rich on the internet. So instead of asking, what's your secret? No. Ask yourself, which internet business model should I select? Do I find a good product to sell? How do I find the best market to sell that product to? How do I set up a website that effectively presents that product to them? How do I create content that will lead them to buy? How do I get them to give me their contact details so that I can follow up with them? Asking how do I make money on the internet is the wrong question, right? So learn to ask the right questions, guys. So finally, all business models are not created equal. All there are business models that will make you the maximum amount of money. There are some that will make you a certain amount of money. You need to recognize each one and then move, right? Depending on what your goals and your visions and your dreams are. Thank you so much for having me, guys. I thoroughly enjoyed speaking with you. So I started late, so obviously I'm kind of ending a little bit late, but I'm going to take the next 5 to 10 minutes to answer some of your questions, and then we can get right into the closing. All right. So over to you, Chris, and my friend. Hello. Oh yeah, I think Chris is having I think Chris is having some internet challenges, so I get that. Thank you so much. So you can just drop your questions in the comments. I can see them, and I can just take it from the comment section and then answer the questions. All right. So if you have any questions, please just type it into the comment section, and I'm going to take the questions. So Bakar Victory, he says, how can one spot areas of strength in relation to internet business models? Yeah, that's actually great. That's actually a great question. Um, uh, so I recommend that you do a personality test, right? There's a site called 16personalities.com. So if you go to
We're so sorry.
16personalities.com, yeah, it's no problem. So if you go to 16personalities.com, you can type
Yeah,
in your
it's
name, you can type in
just a connection.
you can type in, they will ask you a couple of questions, and then they are going to tell you what kind of personality you have. They will suggest the kind of businesses that you should be focused on doing, and then you can look at that and now extrapolate it to the different internet business models. So let me just share different internet business models that you can use to get rich off the internet. Freelancing, which is my least favorite because it involves selling your time. I don't like selling my time because remember what I said earlier, you have only 24 hours available to you every day, and you don't even have all those 24 hours. At most, you have just 10 hours to use, right? So, but freelancing is a model that can work for certain people depending on your goals. Then there's information publishing, which is an absolute beast of a business model. That is like the most popular model. There's there's hardly any um, tech or internet based business that doesn't sell information. I don't. It doesn't matter which one it is. I mean, look at Daba. Daba sells information. Um, Money Africa sells information. Agora does newsletters, and they did $2 billion last year. Newsletters, guys, finance newsletters, right? And Chris, this reminds me of something. I said I was going to. I've had this idea. I said I was going to share with you that I think it's time for Daba to test the Agora model in Nigeria. So we're going to talk about that probably subsequently because I'm going to see you sometime this week. right?
There's
So
something I wanted. There's something we're even launching this weekend. I
yeah,
think tomorrow on Sunday. Is let me just give a spiel. It's about 5,000, but this time we're about to bring in the masterclass kind of stuff on
hmm
board. So it's no longer we're bringing a subscription based stuff on Daba.
hmm
It's yes, it's almost similar to what you had. Boss, when you come, I've been talking. I've been saying that we need to see. We need to see
yeah,
a
we
final
will. We will. I'm coming to
because
see. I'm coming to see the Dava baby.
for those of you watching, in case you don't know, my wife put to bed. Is it last month? Yes. So my baby is 1 month now. See how times
Time
fly.
flies.
The guy is as in the guy is. I was looking at him this morning. I was like, what's this? This guy is getting the cheek is getting big, skin is getting
Yeah.
darker, sweeter. Guy is. I was carrying him on my chest. I was like, man, Chrisani of Daba is a dad now, though.
Yes.
Seriously,
yeah.
the thing is sweet. It's a new phase. But boss, that thing, what you're gonna say, I'll share something with you in your inbox.
Yeah.
Because you're
Sure.
also part of the faculty for this new DABA 5,000 I'm bringing on board, and
Cool.
it's
Cool.
something that it's a model, it's a whole no different model that we're bringing.
hmm
And even while you're sharing that Go 5,000, I've not been really serious with my crypto, like crypto hub the club. One of the women I follow in the industry, her name is Cathy Woods. Every week, this is free, she runs a hedge fund.
hmm
Uh, she runs a hedge fund. Every week, she's writing something about three stocks, two stocks, and sends it as an email. She's not telling
hmm
you to buy. She just writes, okay, let's say Google now. Google did AI, and their stock is up 2%. And she writes about three companies and their stock, and I received that newsletter. And in short, I don't know why by now I don't have 100,000 people on my email list on Crypto Hub. I want to really focus, and I think this month of June, this month of
hmm
May, I will have to resume the one that is focused only on crypto, because I have my Daba
Yeah.
people, over 60,000 people, over 70,000 people. I receive my emails on Daba and all that, but I want to have something that is strictly crypto focused, where I can just be writing about different projects in the crypto
Yeah.
industry and have specific people who are on it. So if you're here, you can go to cryptohub.club, just sign up for free. Okay, I will resume a full newsletter on crypto only, and maybe in future I'll see where to now monetize it. But I know that time will come, brands will want to partner with me to reach
Yep.
out to my audience before I start making it a monetized stuff. Okay. So let's
Absolutely.
quickly take the questions. I've been seeing the congratulations. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Somebody say, where is the place of mentorship, sir? Uh, Somebody, selfless trader, is saying, where is the place of mentorship, sir? When? How do we need? How
Okay.
and why
So
do we need
so
mentorship, sir?
yeah. So my thinking about mentorship is um I think you shouldn't wait for mentorship. It's not a thing to wait for. That's my
Mm,
point. It's not a
mm,
mentorship is not a thing to wait for.
yes.
You have to understand that mentorship in its true sense. Nigerians have this thing about mentorship. Oh, can you be my mentor? It's not that easy. It's not that easy for people to be your mentor. Because mentorship it requires a lot. And I'm telling you guys this from experience. I had a mentor who was like my second father. If you follow me, when he died last year, I posted about it and all of that. We had a really close relationship. That is mentorship. Mentorship is not following someone on social media, right? It requires a lot of time investment. It requires a lot of um, pouring into yourself into other people, right? So, and the very top guys usually don't have the time, to be honest. Usually don't have the time. So but as a consequence, they have to be selective. They have to be selective, right? So, what I mean by it is not a thing to wait for is that you have to start thinking beyond just waiting until you have a mentor to do the things that you want to do. You can learn from people from a distance, right? The way that I've learned a lot of the things that I know in my life is that I deconstruct everything. When I see something that is working, I sit down and say, how is this thing working? And then I spend time researching it, studying it, and deconstructing it down to the bare minimum. Down to the bare minimum. A couple of years ago, I wanted to start a YouTube channel, and I said, who is the most popular YouTube guy who does business videos? Right? And I did a list of all of them, and I sat down for weeks watching all these guys' videos. I eventually didn't go ahead with the channel anyway, but I know exactly what to do if I want to do it. So that is one way to do it. You deconstruct, and then you pick the things that you like, and then you use it to create your own plan. The plan that you create for yourself is a whole lot better than something that you just verbatim just copy from somewhere. I don't know if I answered that question correctly, but on the flip side, if you can get someone to agree to mentor you, and like I said, mentorship is not just you asking questions and then they answering. You have to meet with them regularly. You have to talk with them. You have to share with you. You have to spend time. It's a lot of involvement, and if you can find someone who can do that for you, please absolutely take it. When that opportunity was afforded to me, I didn't ask for it. It just happened, and I took it, and I'm absolutely grateful that I did. And it is part of the reason why I'm where I am today.
Interesting. So, Boss Ronald, the concept of this idea we'll be launching tomorrow, now Sunday, is based on what I'm even seeing here. A lot of you, and I'm going to ask some of you a question, because you see, a lot of people come to conferences, come to events, and of course, we have 1 hour, 2 hours for our speakers, and we can't tentatively attend to everybody who is asking questions. Now, guys, I want to ask you all a question, and I want to see the response in the comment section. If you have a platform, a group that involves both a WhatsApp group or a Telegram channel and an online video class that is live, maybe weekly or 2-3 times a month, where in the WhatsApp group, you are in real estate, business, tech, sales, affiliate marketing, different industry, and you have opportunity to drop questions that are now answered to you in video format, but it's a subscription-based platform that is for mentorship, where you are paying yearly for it. But when you ask, if you're in real estate now, you can ask, what are the 3 areas I can sell in real estate? What are the 4 things? And those questions are compiled in weekly form or 2-3 times a week. And those questions, you get the answers via video from experienced people who are in that industry, just like you're asking Ronald now. I want to ask everyone, if you see that platform, would you pay for such platform? Let me see yes or no. If you see that platform, would you sign up for a platform that is not just where you can 2-3 times a month, you can get video access to learn from Ronald, Toyosi Omotosho, Ned Okonkwo's the time, Dixon Nsofo, Jeffrey Benson, different set of people who are big dons in their industry, and they come once a month, twice a month, subscription based, not for the public. This is what we're giving to you now. We're giving you public information. You can come here, see Ronald, but Ronald cannot answer 20 questions at the same time. He cannot answer all the questions, and this is what we're coming up with. So you guys should be waiting for this. So I want to see, would you be glad to pay a monthly subscription, quarterly subscription, or yearly subscription for a platform that teaches you things in real estate, business, tech, public speaking, computer, internet marketing, some tips in copywriting, different areas, And yearly you are paying for it. Let me see your hands up. Let me see your yes. Let me see your yes. Good. Somebody said this reminds me of Future Pro by Chris. Do it. It will be a wonderful platform. I really love to join. So guys, get ready. There's a mentorship platform launching this weekend. It's called Daba 5000. You guys are the first person hearing it. Okay, you are going to see something come up big. Now, this is me having access. But Ronald, I was, you've been teaching and there. One of the things I don't want to miss again. One of the things I'm going through a different phase of my life from 2023, which I've shared with you. And I'm telling people that you may not see me so much teaching so much this next few months. You may not see me teaching so much. Okay, I could just use the network of influence I have, talk to the biggest real estate guy, talk to the biggest guy in copywriting, talk to the biggest guy in tech, talk to these guys, and they are the one you're learning from. Why me? I'm going through my own fire and storm and stuff that I'm going through to rebuild, to come back with certain stuffs again. Of course, increase most of things out because 2021, I poured out a lot about myself. I did projects, I poured out myself, I did stuff that even took me to the hospital for weeks. Okay, period where it was like life and death. Okay,
I can understand.
And that's why we're coming
Because
up with
I've gone
things
through
like
that. So,
okay, we're coming up with crazy stuff. I was with a billionaire this week, a tech billionaire in Nigeria this week. I was in his office in Lekki, and he was telling me, sir, that one day he needed to raise money for one of their projects in 2021. I've never had anybody say this in my life about fundraising. He said he sat down, name and phone number, all the contacts he had, the ones they brought for him, the ones the marketers brought, the one everybody. He called 1,000 people during the duration of fundraising to raise funds, capital for projects. He called, we need money. The ones his phone couldn't do, the other partner had to be in the person. Please, we have our pitch. And I learned a lot from that stuff. And this thing Ronald has talked about persistence. And I said, see, I stayed around him. He came to my house on Sunday. I went to his office again on Wednesday and Thursday. Within the face of just 1 week, what my head has taken in is even making me now, I'm re-strategizing on the energy I want to use to run the things I'm doing. It's making me have different rethink. And the guy's like saying, don't worry, Shay, I told him I want to enroll for his mentorship. And this is not, that's what Ronald is telling you now. You don't wait for mentorship. You don't wait for it. It's something you pursue. Either you are learning from that person from afar, or you find your way. You find your way to that person's circle. Boss, when the man came to my house on Sunday, this is a person whose company processes payment for some of these forex guys and their brokers. So the guy is big. When they call when they call top 5 fintech companies in this country, he's one of the top there. Okay, and when he was talking with me, and the things he shared within this period, see, boss, you see this thing called success. It's not just what you read in the book. Yep. There are certain people you must intentionally drive yourself to meet. That when you meet them and stay in the league of their network, the success luck bounces on you, and one day people will say you are lucky. It's like saying DJ Kupi now. She has to be rich by virtue of Odetola. I don't care whether you say her father is rich and she doesn't have to work. That's the way it works with life. That's the same way it works with life.
Exactly. Like I told someone, I said, do you think I wouldn't have loved for my father to be a dollar billionaire?
I was saying it saying this thing now some hours ago. All these things we are trying to struggle with entrepreneurship. We are trying to do self-made millionaire. You think I will not love my father to be Tony Elumelu? You think I will love my father to be Dangote? You think I want to come and start to struggle from the beginning? No. No, exactly. If you give me an opportunity to come back to life again, and you say, okay, start from scratch with $1, or start as the son of Elumelu, bro, give me son of Elumelu. Let me squander my father's money as next of kin first. Even if I fail, in the midst of failing, my father will bring me back. He will tell me, okay,
Because you have a cushion to fail.
Yes.
You have a
Yes.
cushion to fail. You can fail as many times as you can until you
As you
succeed.
can. As you can. But if you someone like me, I was telling boss when I was something about some kind. I lost one of the biggest amount of money in my business last year in what I was doing. It was you. The team held me like this. And I don't have a godfather that will say, okay, godfather, make I go bow down. Oh, yeah, now fund your boy with $2 million now. Make it go back market, go do what they do, or make him go back, go they run in business. Okay, some of my ventures that I was running, I was pumping money into them. There was one of my venture on its own self where I pumped in over 100 million last year. The thing only returned how much? 50 something million, 60. I was losing on it. I pumped in 130 million. I was telling my legal advisor today, we're going through our books. I was going through our book and I was sharing with him operational costs. I said, I pumped in 130 million in this business. And I got back how many? How much came back? So I ran at a loss. And as I ran at a loss, I don't have one guy in the political industry that will now say, I beg, your boy lose over 200 million. I beg, you fit just fund me. So why will I not agree to be an Elumelu's son or a Dangote's son or the son of Bill Gates or the son of Elon Musk? Because if I can express myself and I can launch 5 companies. If the 5 companies fail, guess what will happen? They will now write a book for me. I will not even write a book. How I failed in 5 companies and I'm ready to bounce on the next one. Guess what? The book will now sell 2 million copies as the son of Elon Musk. And the $10 I make from 2 million copies, I can use it to start and say, I write another book, how I made $200 million selling a book about my failure. And the next thing is, from that failure, I'll launch a club called Entrepreneurs Failure Club. How to teach entrepreneurs how to bounce back from failures. All these whole things is still because I have the level.
There you go.
Okay, so, and I want to say this to everyone. There are over 255 people listening to us. 400 and something people started with us when we have about 255 people. The days that I started doing my classes online, we used to finish 12 o'clock and people will stay to that. And there's something Boss Ronald mentioned in this class, in this event, which Joshua and Bama, one of my protege was talking about yesterday, about people learn. Those of you who are the new cadres of internet marketers, learning from the fathers and the OGs. You will never see me. I'm not sure anybody on the internet has ever seen me post my car on the internet. You've never seen me post my house on the internet. You've never seen me carry a flash of dollars on the internet to show you so that you use that as compensation, as motivation to learn. If what I give to you, if what I pump to you, if the intellectuals, you don't value it, if you see what Boss Ronald teach in his emails and you don't value it to know that these guys are rich, that money is only, how do I put it? It's vanity. It's something that won't last. Because by the time you come in, you make the first 1 million, you're happy like me. Look at me. I would have come online and said the internet business is a scam. After all, I lost over 50 million in one of my companies last year. So I would have come and say it's a scam. But I know that it's not always something. It's the same internet business that has paid me 200 million at one time like that. Okay, that I've used to run. It's the same internet business that has done a lot. Okay, it's the same business I started one time, and in 1 year I saw 10x growth. In 2 years I saw 40x growth. Okay, that I'm losing that I lost in it last year doesn't mean that it's a scam. And that's because I've been built with a mindset not based on the dollar flashing. Not based on if I show you a picture of me in Dubai before you believe I'm successful. I don't need all that. If what I'm giving you heavy here is not enough, then go and sit down.
It's a real world doesn't talk.
It's a real world.
Real world doesn't talk. Yeah, because at the end of the day, this is unnecessary, in my opinion. It is me I know what I know. I know what I've got. Right? I know what I know. I know what I've got. Remember the day you were at my office at night and you were like, "Oh man, this office." And I'm like, "Nigga, I've been to your office. What are you talking about?" right? I've been to your place. Right? Is probably even more impressive than this place. So, the important thing, what I need you guys to understand is focus on getting the results that you want. right? Focus on getting the results that you want. Have your strong reasons why you have to overcome anything, any obstacles, any delays, any distractions. Focus on those things. Every other thing will come in its time. Yeah, and please, if you get the money and decide to flash it, I think it's silly, but please go ahead. That's a freaking business. It's not my business. My style is that I won't, right? My style is that I'm not going to do that. So, but if you feel like, oh, that's what I want to do, by all means, but get it first. Get it first. Important. See, there
So,
are
all right,
people,
guys.
right? There
Tomorrow,
are people, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Chris.
okay, you're still talking. I thought you
No, go
stopped.
ahead.
Maybe that was
Go
my
ahead. Yeah.
network not here. Okay, guys. So I wanted to. Our time is already. Our time is already fast spent. This is after
Yeah.
11, and because we still have tomorrow for you guys. Guys, come prepared tomorrow. Okay, guys. So two things you guys are going to do for me right now. Number one, you're going to go on Twitter. Somebody's asking which social media handle is Ronald very active on. He's very active on Twitter.
I'm very
I'm not
active
sure of
on Twitter
Instagram.
at
He's
Ronald
very active.
Nzimora. And please, if I couldn't answer your
Yes, yes,
questions here, just you can just mention my handle at Ronald Nzimora and just ask me the questions. I'm
yes.
going to answer it tonight.
Yes. So go on Twitter, ask your questions. Okay. Go on Twitter, ask your questions. Go on Twitter, ask your questions. And tomorrow, for those of you who want to, tomorrow, there's going to be massive offers tomorrow from Daba. I'm not going to do those offers tonight. There's going to be massive offers from Daba tomorrow. I mean, massive offers, offers that will blow your mind, offers that will make you get access. I know many of you don't have Daba courses today and all that. If you want to buy a course on Daba, you can go right now, go on www.daba.school, get a course. Okay, our pay stack is disabled, so you use bank transfer. You want to use bank transfer, just go chat to the customer care. Okay, chat to them, bank transfer. We want to complete some KYC. They disabled us some days back, so we want to complete some extra documents they asked for our company. Okay, before they come back. So go to daba.school, chat to the customer care via WhatsApp, okay, and you will see various courses. You want to pay for the course, you see the bank account, they'll give you a bank account, you send in your money there, you get access to the course, they'll manually put you in. That's just the difference, nothing again. Tomorrow is 8, tomorrow starts by 8 o'clock, okay. We have the likes of Shola, we have the likes of Tosin, we have the likes of Ejimi, Pastor Ejimi coming to teach, and it will be awesome. I'm sure you guys have learned a lot. You guys, I'm not teaching yet, though. I'm not teaching. You guys, I'm not teaching. Okay. Whatever question you have, follow me through on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter very well too. Twitter is our most active. I don't know. I'm also addicted to Twitter, and I don't know Facebook that I
It's
used to be
actually
my
the
account.
simplest social media site to use.
Seriously.
Actually.
So if you want to ask questions, follow me. A lot of what Ronald has been teaching, we've already put it in quotes. So if you hashtag MCC 2023 Financial Dominion, you will see Olusola's teaching on AI. You will see Ronald's teaching on how to get rich off the internet. And I've been following this class, and it's been a good reminder. You see, the thing about teaching is that even if you've attained certain heights, there are certain foundationals you should still be learning. Like they tell us in church, sometimes, my pastor says, sometimes it goes back to foundation class to learn the rudiments, the basics of Christianity before we start doing fall down and die. Learn the basics, love, learn forgiveness, learn why Jesus died, learn why he was crucified, learn what took him to this and all that. And those basics will give us a reminder of where we are, where we've been, what we might have forgotten. Okay, and I want to thank you all for joining us for this event. Okay, this is 4 years for Daba. We started in 2019, and it was a conference like this, physical, we use in launching. And I'm excited that you guys are joining us for this. There are more things Daba is launching. I'm also thankful to you guys for giving us the opportunity to impact your life. If we organize a conference and nobody comes, it's not encouraging. But the fact that you guys are here joining us this time, it's a big one. And for those of you who are also celebrating with my baby, thank you very much. Thank you so much. And if you have a gift for him, virtually, you can come in. I will not give you my account number. I'll give you his mother's account number so that you pay to the mother. So that mother is that's Akimi, okay? The
Yeah.
mom will keep the property for him, not me. Okay. So if you have any gift for my baby, don't forget to reach out to me, okay? And we'll pass it across. Thank you all, and let me pray for you all, because this I make sure I do this when any of our events is, whether day 1, day 2, day 3. Use the hashtag MCC2023. Get a course on Daba. You want to learn more, okay? And God bless you. My prayer for you tonight is that God will continue to protect you all. May His wisdom rest on you. May all that you lay your hands on prosper. Okay. May that venture you put your hand on become gold. As you have taken these words, may you be a doer that will implement these things, and may they produce results in your life. And I pray over you and I prophesy over your life within the next few months. What you've had here, your financial story will change. As you put in the work, there will be favor for you. There will be doors opening for you. Your coast will be enlarged. Your story will change. Your family will see the change. They will know that, yes, the favor of God is upon this man. The favor of God is upon this woman. You are blessed. God bless you all. God bless you all. I love you
Thank
all.
you, guys.
All the best. Thank you, Boss Ronald, for honoring
Yeah.
us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You've been doing this with us
Amen.
for years and years.
Thank you
God
also
bless
for
you
doing
all.
my
Good
job
night.
this time.
IJ.
It's EJ once again. All right, everyone. Have a good
It's either
night.
AJ
Bye.
or IJ, whichever way I call it. Just take it like that.
Oh, good.
All right. Good night, guys.
Bye. Good night.
you.